All right, here we go. That was some bad transitions, but it's been a couple of weeks and maybe I'm a little out of practice. What's going on, Kendra? What's going on, YouTube? Tonight we're going to be just hanging out. I think since I already did my Friday Free Thinking episode, we can like keep talking about things, you know. But mainly I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some guild battles. Maybe mess around arena like I usually do. And then see if I could... I'm actually pretty close to getting my +5 spear. Hi Kenzen, how we doing tonight? Or I guess I should say how we doing, because I'm not sure if you're at night or day, right? I know we get a lot of folks from Asia that watch my stream and support this channel, so it could be good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I think farming purposes, not a whole lot going on this week. I already have 2 pairs of shoulders built. Not built, sorry, let me rephrase it. I already have 2 pairs of shoulders farmed. So I don't really need to farm shoulders. I'm very close on the Trials of Reckoning to be finished. I think what I really want to do is farm a lot of books tonight. I think that's something we can do, just hanging in there. Right, Philippines. I have to really like, probably just write everybody's, I think I should just write everybody's country of origin down, you know? It's so hard to keep up with everybody. I know like, there's quite a few folks from Philippines. I think there's a few from Singapore. I think there's 1 or 2 from like, I want to say like Japan, but I think also because a lot of people have Japanese names. How close are you, Kenzen? How close are you? Let me see how close I am. There goes the dogs. My fiance just worked out. She took a shower, so we're gonna turn the water heater off here in a second. But it's not a big deal. I got music running in the background, so it shouldn't be a problem hearing it. But as you can see, I started making the spears. I got a +3, so that's 15. I have a +2, so that's 7. So that's 22. 22 plus 3 is 25. And I think the great thing is you also get a bunch of bows, right? Even though I don't have Rosa, you get a bunch of bows. So one candidate could be, it adds magic attack. Let me just show you. It adds magic attack and decent amount of attack. So I'm not sure even like what type to go after. I guess magic attack makes the most sense. Wait a second. There's aim, there's vital, that's all there is? Or maybe I'll go for whatever, those are not it, but. So that's 25 right there. And then let's take a look at the recipes. I have 32. So 25 plus 32 is 57. You need 63. So that means I am 6 away, right? 6 away. So I've been actually lucky enough to get it from the Chocobo expedition. Oh, okay. So you're not too far off. That's not too bad. So I've been actually quite lucky. I think I've gotten 4 total spears from the Chocobo expedition, believe it or not. So that's kind of neat. I'm actually pretty happy about that. Yeah, I was going to say Fina would be a proper candidate for that because of the magical power. It's going to be good for her to heal, right? And maybe do some damage. So she's a gunner, so she can do some damage. She has cleric. And she's a white mage of Lapis. That's such a cool name, white mage of Lapis. I'm actually shocked that I do not have Fina maxed. I mean, I have summoned just as much as anyone. But for me, she's very squishy. So I've been kind of avoiding building her. But I do enjoy her TMR, though. I think I want to build that. Build her just to get that TMR. I think that'd be kind of nice. You know, like, after playing those wave events, I just auto it. Because I didn't really care about trying to clear the whole thing. I just auto it. And, you know, of course, when you auto it, you just die, right? Your team will get wiped out. And I kept losing bravery. And I do have some OCD issues in terms of I don't like it when my bravery goes down. And I'm also thinking about upping the faith on this unit to maybe 50 so he can use the bell too. But I prefer my Agrias to have the bell. So, okay, I think we need to do a guild battle. Hope you guys are all having a great week. So as you guys can see, we have a full 30 members now, so we're looking pretty strong. Let me just get these guild statues out of the way. We are slowly grinding away at the next level. I need to not forget to purchase my cards from the shop. I keep forgetting. So there's a lot of stuff going on with me, a lot of stuff going on in this account in terms of let me get that done first. A lot of stuff to do in terms of actually, as you guys can see, I did get the pack. So I bought a bunch for my Stern. So Stern is 1 out of 160. I'll show you guys in a bit here. Let's go ahead and get a few more of these guys. I think I forgot to buy these yesterday, so I could have been done with him. Well, not done, but that's frustrating. Well, no. I'm still ways off, right? I'm 50 off. So 2 more copies, so that's 10 days. It would have been 9 days if I would have done it yesterday. And then I will have my second. Well, technically speaking, it would be my third. Because I got 1 max here. And this bad boy essentially is max. Look, I have 175, right? So it's 75 plus 125. So I'm missing 1 copy, but the good news is, did you see JH post on YouTube? He was battling your comp in Guild Wars. I'm not sure who JH is. Who is JH? Let me just show you here. I managed to farm so much that I've done so many triggering of Whimsy that I didn't actually buy any of the Demon Walls. But essentially it's the same thing, right? Except you're just spending a little bit of gems at a time instead of, dropping in bulk. But I just need 1 copy, so that's 1,250. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Boom. We are done. So you guys have the pleasure to see me do this. JH, huh? I don't know who JH is. I should type that up though, just to see who that is. I don't have. Oh, I forgot. I shouldn't have done that because I'm almost out of rainbow spheres, which kind of blows because I was thinking of doing that on stream. I don't think I got the pack, which gave me 19 of these. Excuse me. I forgot to buy the pack that gave me 19 spears, but yeah, I didn't want to feel like spending too much on Black Friday. I'm 60 shards away from Massive Demon Wall. Very nice. Demon Wall is a pretty good card. I mean, obviously it's the best for Kayn, but I don't have Kayn. But you can give it to Dark, right? Because that's the thing. You can actually simply slap this bad boy on a Dark unit and just give him 30% attack plus 30% attack from either Bio Love, or if you have Ifrit card, that's 50% attack. So that's 80% attack on your Dark unit. This card wouldn't be too bad on, say, Shadow Lynx. Gafgarion probably could definitely use it, and if you're having a piercing unit on your team at the same time, it's kind of sweet. It's kind of sweet. So let's go ahead and do a guild battle. I'm kind of like touched to see someone's targeting my stuff. Oh man, well, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it in terms of when it's Guild Wars, you just do it, right? And I want people to attack my comp because I want to know how bad I am or how good I am. And I don't really think I'm not that great. So it looks like I didn't attack earlier because I was streaming, and as it turns out, I'm most likely gonna lose because these guys are all pretty gross. It's all evasion teams. And I think the guild leader said something earlier. Let's see what the comment was. Leave JH for last. Wild evade team. Well, let me say one thing. I was going to do it in the next video anyways, but Bodega and Xander, they're actually co-leaders. And since we don't have the capability of, you know, talking about co-leaders, so to speak, in terms of having that luxury in the guild, here's Xander, here's Bodega. They are co-leaders. And that was the agreement they did, that when we merged, we will have co-leadership. So it looks like they're telling me that JH is almost impossible to defeat. I'm not going to attack that team. I mean, that's 2,000, 1,200. That's insanity. That's a lot of magic and a lot of... So this is definitely full. These are all maxed. So this is maxed. Oh, this is maxed. So they're going full evasion. So if you think about it, even with the nerf, all you can do is debuff them. But if you don't land a hit, evasion is still gross because ultimately your goal is to kill them. And if you can't kill them, or if you can't hit them, you can't kill them. So, hey Pedro, how you doing? Hope you're having a great week. Oh, JH, you talking about him, JH, okay. So, I need to look that up then. He probably kicked my guy's ass. I mean, if he's running a full evasion team, he was battling my comp. Maybe you should rephrase it and just say JH destroyed my comp. I think that would make more sense. So I will not attack him. This is the evasion comp. This is the evasion comp. This is... So all I have is Sui, Cloud, and Sums. And judging from their attack power, they all have really good healers on their team, right? Look. 1,200, essentially one unit can actually get you 1,200. So it looks like they probably, this probably have Ayakas. This probably does not have Ayakas, but let's take a look at Cloud. I think Cloud is what I'm going with. Looks like they've been having a nice little losing streak there, huh? I'm not sure if we attacked this team earlier or not. I don't think so. So here is Cloud, as I predicted. These are different numbers though. Usually I don't do well against piercing unit because if she gets in the way and do an AoE, my team gets wiped. So it looks like this is Sum, so this makes sense. I have a hard time beating like these guys too, because usually if you see Super Stern, he can pretty much wipe you. Looks like they said to save the strongest. Look at these guys. They're all using these comms to get 6 wins, right? So let's just be brutally honest with each other. I'm gonna get no wins here. Okay, so since I'm gonna get no wins, we might as well attack a team that you know, we just want to maybe earn 1 stars. And let's think about this. Which team can we actually potentially... I'm going to go with Cloud, all right? Let's go with Cloud. Oh, speaking of Cloud. How you doing, Cloud Arc? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. All right, we're going to attack Cloud because that's a cool name. That's a great character. And we're going to attack this unit because chances are I'm going to lose. And it is going to be unfortunate that I'm going to have no chance of beating this team. And the thing is, I always wonder to myself, is it because I'm truly lacking gear, or what the hell am I lacking that I keep getting destroyed by these guys? But then again, it's like there are so many Krakens fighting Krakens, right? Sometimes the RNG factor plays a lot bigger role than we think. And as a result, it is what it is. I'm playing World of Visions now. I'm doing multi-dungeon to get some more items. I need to get all stars on Venom first to get some extra event tokens. Yes. Those medals are pretty hard to get if you're not high level, mid level. Like it's hard. Hey Edward, how you doing? I was actually just responding to your post, to your comments. You know, you've been leaving some great comments, so I appreciate that. Keep it coming though, because you know, more comments means we get more exposure for this channel, and ultimately that's what I want to do. I want to get to a very happy point, and I think 1,000 it's a nice sweet spot for me, because I don't plan on monetizing like right away. You know, I don't think that's cool to do. I want to make sure that, you know, I have enough subscribers well beyond the 1,000 mark before I start putting in some ads and whatever, just to generate some revenue so I can, you know, put back into the game itself. I think at that point I'll definitely do a lot more summons, you know, things like that. A character in the wrong spot can cost you the match, absolutely. And last, I think 2-3 weeks ago, I learned that the hard way, man. Like, if you put the guys in the wrong spot, you'll lose. And there they are. As soon as she exposes herself, I essentially lose. I got one down, so let's see if she can get a res off. Yes! So ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully earned 1 star. Hey Elliot K, welcome man, how you doing? I'm just auto farming boss tickets on normal 3. I know, right? That's awesome. That's the crazy part, like, oh, I got 2 down. I can actually win this fight. The streamer lug and the power channel from Dragon Ball. Oh yes, I got this. Like, hey, remember guys from Dragon Ball Z? You're channeling the power from all the people on Earth, and I sent this giant ball of doom, and that's what happened. I crushed. Sorry, Cloud. I mean, I hope you're not Cloud, by the way. But your defense is actually pretty solid, because once you get to the back lines, you can actually smoke those guys. And it looks like your guy is, looks like that guy, the Lucia is strong against Slash. So that's kind of neat. So we got a nice win, fellas. We got a nice win, fellas. And if there's any ladies, I didn't forget about you. We got a nice win, ladies and fellas. So this is great news. Even though I'm down 1 unit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to expose one of these guys. I think, honestly, Cerebellum wouldn't be too hard for a lot of people to beat, because there's no magic users. And it's probably an evasion comp. And so most people know that if it's an evasion comp, they have to decide whether or not they're going to go in and kick his butt in terms of countering evasion. So I don't think I'll worry too much about that. But there is a possibility I might actually kill one of those units, because there may be no tanks. So let's go ahead and try to expose Cerebrum and see, maybe we can see what happens. Yeah, that was actually, I'm surprised I pulled that out, folks, right? That was actually pretty good. I'm actually pretty surprised. So as I was saying, Elliot, earlier, like, when I've been farming crazy, like basically I just leave my account open to farm all day pretty much while I go watch TV or something. And lately I haven't been feeling very good. I don't know what is going on, but you know, a good thing is my fiance is a doctor, so I get free consultation. Okay, I was hoping to actually kill him. So if Orlando can kill him, I'm good. Yes. See, we stole a star there, right? We stole a star. So this should leave... And I'm trying to draw all of Venera's evasion out of her. So therefore, I knew I was going to hit her. I was hoping that would be the case. So therefore, the next person that's up against this team, they can go ahead and make sure she has no more evasion. So that's kind of important. So we did a good job, actually, this Guild Wars. I guess I'm on the spot, too. Maybe my guildmates are watching me and making sure I don't screw up. But that was good. So one of the beauty thing about the Trial of Reckoning is I got tons of my resonances on my... I got tons of resonances up on my vision cards with my units, and I'm loving it. It's so awesome, because you need to farm, and I think I'm 6 recipes away. And it's like, the thing is though, like, I'm not exactly sure what I should be farming in terms of getting the most tickets. Like on boss battle, I just do normal, and when I get skip tickets, I skip on hard. So I'm not exactly sure if that's the most efficient way, but based on my calculations, 1.5, like 30 tickets gives me 2. 20 tickets only gives me 1. So definitely hard is the way to go, right? Hard is definitely the way to go. And there's no reason not to go hard. So now I think about it, why the heck am I doing normal? I probably should be doing hard, right? You get more than double, right? You get 10 here, 5 here. Yeah, I should be doing hard. Oh man, I really screwed this up, huh? But I have 992. Maybe I'll farm some hard later tonight. I've been farming normal because it's really easy. Because when you play this over and over, it's so repetitive. It's so boring. So, but I'm only, I think, can I auto hard? No, I can't. I tried. I think I can auto easy pretty easily. It's like I could do it. Here, let me show you. It's clear that I defeated it. I mean, I have no issues here, right? I have no problems beating it. So, and since I have 0 KOs, let me see what's the highest I didn't even actually, you know what? I didn't even get the highest score. I didn't even get anything, right? Wait a second. This doesn't make any sense. I have no high score. How does that make sense? I must have never even hit 2,000. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. How did I beat it without? How did I beat it without? I don't know how I beat it without having a high score, but anyways. So I don't have the proper units. As you can see, I use light chaining to do the damage. So I don't have the right proper units to do this. I think the best way to do it is have some dark units, have a time reducer, CT gauge reducer, and then have Kain as the main damager, and then you should get tons of damage. Oh yeah, let's do contested ones, and then I have Slasher and my Steel Timer is no stadio. I need to be hard and get the highest score. Well, you guys are way better than me because, like, remember I said in my latest video that I want to put in the minimum amount of effort to get the most out of it. So honestly, it's all good. Hey, it's Ski. No. This is not my team for hard. I did use Ziza for hard. I was using CT Stealer, but for some reason, my team couldn't sync, right? Like I couldn't sync. And when you don't sync properly, you just don't get the chains of damage. So I did manage to beat it, but I don't really care. And honestly, with 5 more days, I'm almost done with this event anyways. Because my main goal was to farm for +5 spear. And the boat is basically just a bonus. As you can see, I got the +2 bow. I got 7 out of here. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough bows to finish off a +5 bow. I'm pretty sure I won't. I'm pretty sure I won't. So essentially I don't have to actually go into tier 5 to finish the +5, right? Yeah, I don't think I have enough agi for my whole team. I think that was weak. But you do need to have a CT Stealer because it makes the fight a lot easier because you can just chain the boss and do massive damage. Let's calculate how many I need again. I have 25 for sure. I have 25 here in the front. And then I have 32. So I have 57. So I need 6 more recipes. And so 6 more recipes means that I can finish off this tier, get lucky from the Chocobo Expedition in the next 5 days, and get more spears recipes. And so far I got 4 spear recipes from Chocobo. So I've been pretty lucky on that. So I'm hoping to get that done. In terms of Elven Bow, I think I'm fairly close too. Look, I have 31. +7 here, +7, that's 14, 15, wait, let's start. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 51 in bow. So, oh really, 2 CT Stealers. Other, Orlando, and I have him do only the Trinity Break and also enable his man skills. Okay. Give him that Monty MR to start a match to raise your agi. Thank you, Dwa, and welcome to the stream, by the way. Once Teal press Trinity Break works for me. I see. So decrease their agi and then CT gauge. That makes perfect sense. Sounds like you guys been doing a lot more strategizing than I have. I kind of just brute force my way through. And usually I do alright. I need to get better gear and better overall. Don't we all, Pedro? Don't we all, man? But honestly, I'm okay with not being all that great. Like, I don't play this game to be the best. If I wanted to be the best, I'll just drop 20k, right? And I'll probably be one of the best. But that's not my style. I got a lot of things I want to buy for $20,000. So, I used to collect... Good day, Koi. How you doing, man? So... I collect Transformers, Masterpiece Transformers, and they're very expensive. And there's this one company that pretty much produces the best product. Like, I don't want to say unanimously, but essentially the collector community are big fans of this company, right? And the toys they make are just remarkable. Like, they're just gorgeous. The paint job is amazing. And here's the thing, right? Transformers, they're meant to be played with. They're meant to be transformed. But masterpieces, I don't transform them. Because unfortunately, these are just essentially statues. Which is kind of sad. Because you buy them, you spend hundreds of dollars, you buy them, and then I don't even transform them. I just leave them on my shelf to stare at them and just how gorgeous they are. And how much dedication these people, the designers, have put in. And just how accurate they are to the cartoons. And that's my main focus. Is to collect the first couple of seasons. And then perhaps branch out and collect some other Transformer toys. Or characters, if you will, from some other miniseries. And or just the different seasons. Like, I'm trying not to have an entire collection. Because I realize that's crazy talk. And I don't need to spend like $15,000, $20,000 on a bunch of statues, really, if you think about it. So for me, I want to get back into it because I stopped collecting because of COVID. Because I used to travel to Asian countries because they're much cheaper if you go to Asian countries. And since I figure since I'm already there, I can save a bunch of money and get the Transformers from the source. Because a lot of these third party, as they call them, are coming from Asia. So anyways, I started looking back into what I've been missing in the last, I don't know, almost a year now. And man, I'm telling you, the prices have gone up quite a bit. Like, this one Transformer, like on the secondary market, like he's already shot up to like $800. $800, man. I can't spend $800 on one toy that I'm not even going to transform. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, if I'm going to buy a statue, I'm going to buy a statue. This thing's definitely not worth $800. But Nash, how did you get that many gil, man? Oh, because, the game gives you a lot of gil, and I don't build too many units, and I don't power up all my vision cards. So I always have tons of gold laying around. And then when I first started playing the game, I used to farm the dungeon for the snapper turtles, like every Sunday. So essentially what I do is I just kept farming gold, because everybody says, oh, you shouldn't waste your energy on farming gold. Well, not everybody. Let me take that back. Some people said that. And I'm like, dude, you need gold. You need to have gold to increase your skills, power up your vision cards. That's the bulk of your gold should be spent on. Of course, if you have tons of gold, then, you can use on normal summons just to mess around. And some people are angry at me for that. Whatever, man. Like, every time we've done the Trials of Reckoning, the game has given us 500 free energy every day, right? That should be more than enough for a lot of players just to go for a +3, +4 weapon. You don't need a +5. I just do it because, well, I ain't got nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing else to do. Yeah, you can get 1 billion easily right now on JP. Okay, so let's do some Guild Wars. I did have my unit bonus. I was actually running my unit bonus. I was running Cecil, right? And I climbed all the way pretty high with Cecil. But then, that's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to switch out. The power of Cecil is actually pretty good. So I basically use him as a decoy. Essentially, I'm fighting with 2 units. This is what I'm using. And I'm kind of going in with the sort of an evasion comp because I know a lot of people say, you need to have the full, the full set of evasion to make evasions viable. But the way I look at it is, right, you don't have to. And I'm going with an Excalibur because I want to make sure I be able to hit some of those units who decide to go evasion. And so far, I've been doing all right. My goal isn't to be the best. So I want folks to understand my goal ain't to be the best. I'm going to do a few to kick off the weekend, right? And then we're going to do some farming. Hey, Rooks, what's good to you? What's good, man? What's good? And I never really thought of myself to be super... Oh my gosh, is Lockwood. I think Lockwood is on my friend list. I'm going to have to attack Lockwood. Wait, is this the Lockwood that... Wait a second. No. There's a YouTuber named Lockwood. I think this is him. Let's attack him. I got my trusty Hello Kitty gang cup. I love this cup. My fiance's co-workers got her this. I guess, with the whole... They were, doing a joke because she's Asian and they just assume she likes Hello Kitty. But... Fortunately, in this case, the stereotype holds, and she does actually like Hello Kitty. But I like to use it because it's the biggest cup we got, and since I don't drink coffee, it makes sense to drink water with it. Hey, Black, how you doing, man? I hope you're enjoying Eldira. I see that your Eldira is 99 now. Oh, Nash traders use Agrias, Agelita, PV Con. Me too. Hey, how you doing? Eyeless Man. I like that. Eyeless Man. I don't know what words of play you're using. I hope you're not eyeless, because that would be kind of crappy if I said, oh, nice, but welcome to the stream. I don't know. Some people don't like Hello Kitty, Wow. Lockwood's guy hits really, really hard. I forgot how good his team is. I think I'm going to lose. Look at how beefy his team is. Wait a second. I gotta know, why is his Gafgarion using Shadow and I'm not? That's crazy. So I got smoke in the first fight, so props to you, Log. Props to you. But I probably should have used Agrias. I probably would have won that fight with Agrias. I got it over it myself. About to max Super Sexy Turn too. Yes. I'm about to max him too soon, actually. I have the tickets to do so, but I'm just waiting. I'm Asian. Eyeless Man. Eyeless Man. Is that like a play on Asian? I don't know, but well, good. You're Asian. I'm Asian. We're all Asians. He must have turned off all skills for Gaff. I think so. No, I think he hit me with his normal skill the first time. Well, Lockwood, you did an excellent job with your defense. The only thing is, all three of your units are going to be really squishy in terms of against magic. But the only thing I could say is you probably put on a lot of magic gear, right? Magic resistance gear. But you're all slash tag, and generally speaking, that is not as strong as, say, if you go with a, one of each element or one of each attack type. A lot of water here. I should be able to tear him up with my Orlando, so... That being said, I am going to switch weapons to do maximum damage. He does have one guaranteed hit in Glaciala, but I'm not too worried because Cecil should get in the front line and sacrifice himself like an idiot that he is, and boom, we should be fine. But if I lose, I'm not worried about it. I maxed there, but not enough JP. I know, I'm running into that problem because it takes time to farm JP, Yeah, Gafgarion usually gets one shot about almost everything in the game. He's like your epiphany of a glass cannon. I'll show you my Super Stern in a bit here. I've been working pretty hard. I'm working, I guess, but I picked up some extra shifts, and I got a lot of people asking me to work their shifts because it's, holidays, and they probably want some extra days off. So I might start picking up. Oh, there, see, look, easy, 1K, one shot KO, right? And because Eldira doesn't have a guaranteed hit, And I don't need full dodge to dodge her. So this team is actually not that great in terms of defense, because they're very susceptible to getting slaughtered by a Sid. And I wanted to expose that defense for what it was. It needed a little help. Like, I think Orlando, like, I'm in Platinum 2 Guild Wars, and I still see some decent builds for Orlando on defense, believe it or not. And there was this one time I fought Orlando, Warrior Blight, and Ayaka, and they still whooped me down. They still beat me down, because real PvP action relies heavily on a lot of resistances and things like that. Duat Chow's now he's trying to fool us. He isn't he the best. If I was the best, I would be like top ranking arena. I'm one of the middle of the pack for sure. All right, so water. It seems like we seeing a lot of water tonight, right? This is, look at this. It's just all water. I mean, this is probably literally straight up steamroll. I have a feeling I might steamroll this team. We're gonna see if I could steamroll this team. Hey Chung, how you doing? Do not fret, Chung. You will be mentioned in the next video. I know I didn't mention you in the first video, but that's why I said there's no tier list in my guild, right? Like, I don't want people to freak out if I didn't mention your name yet. The shout outs are coming, and you've been like definitely one of the best guildies in terms of coming in every stream. So I don't truly honestly need to shout out, because of the fact that I know you're always there, man. But I think I'm going to be making a couple of more of those videos talking about my guildies. I think it's a good time to inject that, especially the fact that the game itself, the community is facing a lot of hardship, right? So I think it's good for people to make sure you stick with your folks. Stick with your folks, man. Stick to your folks, guys. Like, loyalty, I keep saying loyalty is way more important in this game, more so than any other game I ever played that involved guilds. And I think that's even more so than, say, World of Warcraft, which heavily relies on guildies, you know what I mean? Okay, see, you guys notice that? It didn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense how the AI design of my little Leela decided to attack rather than heal, when it's very apparently clear that 2 of the units are below 50%. But if it was just Orlando and Little Leela would spend the entire time healing over and over. So I think the design is, regardless of your teammates are dying or not, Little Leela doesn't care as long as there's a full team. And she will keep going on the offense. But as soon as it downs to 2 units, the AI design it kicks into survivability mode, and it will just keep spamming heals. Something to keep in mind when you guys are running your team. And I think this is why one healer with 2 tanks, sort of 2 pseudo bruiser tanks, are currently one of the better defenses in terms of Guild Wars, I feel like. Oh yeah, like my Orlando can tank some flares. Let me show you my stuff. I don't even think he has any resistances, but he's pretty tanky. I appreciate that, Chung. I appreciate that, King. I mean, that's you've been here like literally every stream, so I think definitely you're awesome. You want to do a review video? Oh, Venera should be coming in 2 weeks. I don't think so, honestly. Like, I've swayed away from doing review videos recently, because if I don't own the unit, it's just me reading off of the paper, right? A lot of people have been doing that for months. And I joined that bandwagon a long time ago because I felt like I need to join the pack and kind of do the same thing everyone else was doing, you know, fighting for viewership, so to speak. But I realized I need to carve my way. And I think I've been carving my own sort of like my statue, if you will, into the community. Like, I want people to know that I'm not here to do the exact same thing everyone else is doing, you know? And I think it's important that our community, in terms of content creators, everyone have their little niche. And I think that's awesome. Like, you know, there's Theorycraft, he has his own niche. I think Nerd Game, whatever his name is. I think that's actually a group of players, Nerd Game, that channel. He has his little niche. And you know, Diggs, he covers almost everything. So, and then of course you got You got Umbra who literally covers everything, and then you have Cabbage who covers everything. I only like to talk about topics that's curious to the gamers. I try not to like show a whole lot of playing footage because like I mentioned before, I'm not good at this game. I tend to be exposed pretty easily, by the way, when I stream. People are like, "Oh, what are you doing, Nash? You got this going on, you got that going on. You don't even have this, you don't even have that." Like, I get exposed pretty easily, man. Like, I realize I shouldn't be, shooting footage to tell people what to do when I'm definitely one of the worst players in terms of that. But, I have no issues conquering content. And I think that's where I lay. Like, maybe I spend more time. Maybe it takes me more time to conquer content than others, right? There's a lot of people who are just really good at, strategy and doing things right. But me, I'm on the other side, man. I'm like a relaxed player for this game. I'm like one of those chillax players who don't want to take the game too seriously, but can be serious if I need to. And, I don't mind being behind in the pack in that sense. So, wait a second. Did I miss a video? Did I miss a video from Hiroki? I need to check that out then. If we're okay, first, okay, let's do this. Nash is the people's champ. Hey man, if you give me that nickname and it sticks, I will love it because The Rock is my favorite wrestler of all time. The Rock. He is definitely the people's champ. So here I look at it, right? Let me put it this way. If they bring Christmas Venera, we have to ask the question, is this going to be like a nerfed version? Or are we getting EX Shop 25 already on global? Because on JP, they're getting Christmas Venera that's going to be EX Shop 25 ready. So if we get a weaker version, essentially what that means is if you summon for Christmas Venera, then you will have to wait an entire year or 6 months, because if they bring a Christmas rerun, which does not make any sense on global, why would you do a Christmas rerun middle of the year, right? So essentially, my projection would be you have to wait an entire year to get Venera to job 25? That seems a bit iffy to me. I don't think I'm going to spend cash to get a unit that's going to be half-ass built, so to speak. Chillax and go at your own pace. That's right. Definitely chillax. As long as I get what I need, the Nash elbow. Yeah. I mean, I love The Rock, man. He's like so articulate and he's so good at like spewing out and trash talking. Like he's so good at just trash talking and getting people to be like, yo, man. Ah, man, those are the golden days of wrestling. It's like you see The Rock and then you have to switch back the channel to watch NWO. Like NWO is like my all-time favorite. NWO is like my all-time favorite spin in professional wrestling. In fact, I wanted to get shirts that says NWO, like Nash Tater's World Order. Like I would totally play on that. But then again, it's just basically NWO, right? There's no, how am I gonna print out a bunch of T-shirts that says Nash Tater's World Order when it essentially New World Order is just NWO? So I gotta figure out a way to do that if I ever want to do merchandise in the future. I would love to wear a shirt that says Nash Tater's World Order. I think I should go get that shirt made. You know what? I'm gonna do that next year after Christmas. Hopefully the pandemic calms down a bit, because there's a huge chance that, being a frontline worker myself, I'm gonna get the vaccine first, and then therefore I can be more relaxed in terms of traveling around, because once you get the vaccine, you should be good to go, right? That means there's a chance that if vaccines get spread out all over the place, then we'd probably be able to open traveling again. That might be a realistic thing. So next year I might get back into collecting Transformers again, and maybe I'll do like a channel in which I can actually talk about Transformers, or maybe have like a toy edition, whatever, something review or something. I don't know. We'll see in this channel. But either way, I'm excited about that. If that all works out, then it'll be good, and I can actually start doing things to start creating some merchandise. That stuff that I can wear on my channel. Nash Tater's World Order. That'd be awesome. That'd be a great shirt to have. Okay, I just lost my train of thought. What else I show? Yeah, I was going to show how did I take that flare. I took that flare because I learned that if you have about 4,000-ish hit points, you should be able to survive Like, generally speaking, I find that you can survive. I don't know if I ever got hit by 5K. Like, that's one thing. I don't know if I ever got hit by 5K. I technically speaking should be hit by 5K because I have a 28% negativity in terms of resistance. So the only thing I could think of is that person that I fought wasn't as strong in terms of gear. That's the only thing I could think of. If this was in higher arena, I'm sure I'll get smoked one shot by Flare easily. Okay, let me go ahead and show you some of my stuff I'm doing. Damn, 1K, I don't know what that means. Oh, 1K attack? Is that what it is? Did I really reach 1K attack? So yes, it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is, King. I think is their attack isn't as strong. Oh, I did hit 1K. Oh, because of, yeah. It's because of my card, right? I think my card did it. Thank you. Yeah, being a frontline worker, in hindsight, is not something I wanted to do in terms of getting myself out there in terms of, you know, facing a pandemic. But deep inside, I think every frontline worker wants to deal with something like a major catastrophe or, you know, something like a pandemic, right? Because then you can actually really contribute to the world. But I'll be honest, I haven't worked enough. Like, in fact, I was on like a 3 months layoff during the heart of the pandemic. And a lot of time it wasn't really by choice. It's because they put me on call because we just weren't getting enough, you know, sick kids coming through. And thank God for that, right? I mean, to be honest, like, I'm glad that this pandemic isn't really targeting like any specific groups. I mean, I guess it is. It is unfortunately targeting the immune suppressed people and the older people, you know, and that does suck because I feel like older people should get more time to experience life, since life is so much better than, you know, even like 30 years ago. Am I right? But I am glad that it is not targeting kids, right? Because ultimately you at least want the kids to live a fair life, right? They have a fair chance of living a life. Whereas at least some of the older folks have in fact lived probably already a great life, right? Mind you, most people. So, but you know, it's still not fair that, you know, there's definitely more susceptibility to sickness and whatnot with the older generation. But unfortunately, we are fragile creatures, and that is life. You know what I'm saying? That is life. So I want to thank everybody for joining tonight so far. I did manage to max my demon wall, just to show you that I did. Right here, 200 done. I just lacking rainbow spheres. For those of you who have joined in late, by the way, I realize I don't have enough rainbow, so I will not be able to maxing that. Update on Odin. It is very close, just 2 more copies and I should be done. Okay, Pedro, have a good night, man. Sleep tight. Thanks for coming by. So I should be done with Odin soon, so that's kind of nice. It helps me up with Man-Eater, helps me up with unit attack resistance, and I think this is really, really sweet. 126 attack, some extra HP. This probably, I mean, if you think about it, this probably should have given us some agi, right? Since he's on a horse and he's really fast. Maybe we'll see a buff later. I'm surprised they're not giving us, agility on that. So essentially, those are going to be my 3 maxed out UR cards. I do want to target Trousseau. I think I love magic users in this game. But I think Fenrir may be a viable target next. But I have a feeling that they're going to keep releasing those situations where you spend 2,000 pay gems and you can get a guaranteed copy of a Esper / Vision card combo. So, you know, I'm not too worried about that. Because Trousseau is never going to be one of those cards they will offer in terms of featured. And that's why I'm really wanting to spend all of my tickets to maximize a Trousseau. I don't think many players out there have a maximized Trousseau. This is still one of the best cards in the game, period. Like, still one of the best cards in the game. Do you believe I got 9,600? Well, that's awesome for you, man. Maybe you need to give me some advice how to get 9,600 subscribers. You're going to see 5-star vision cards as a positive future upgrade at 200 shards. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I think it's possible we might get 5-star vision cards. I think it's going to be more than 200 shards. Yeah, Pedro, there you go, man. Get on your channel and tell people to send some of your folks my way, man. Let's get to 1,000 so I can be almost 1/10 of your subscriber rate. And I'm going to show you some of my tickets. I'm going to show you my tickets, and then we can go and do some farming, perhaps. So I really would like to save this ticket and hopefully get One Punch Man. The first, what do you guys call it? Pugilist? Yeah, I know a lot of people like Ramu, but Trousseau is actually the best card for, I believe, healers. So since I'm a healers person, it makes more sense. So, all right, anyway, so let's go with select tickets. I know a lot of people like Ramu because they're thinking offensive, right? I'm thinking of healing, which is defensive. A Pugilist, that's right. Pugilist. Airborne, welcome to the stream. Have you ever considered streaming on Twitch? I have. In fact, I've been told by many streamers on Twitch that Twitch isn't very good and that potentially it might go down the crap hole. And I think, honestly, you know, of doing another platform for streaming, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, to be honest, like if that's something I want to migrate over, because I hear a lot of bad things, right? There's this one YouTuber I subscribe to. His name is Alpha Gaming, and he's really good in giving advice in terms of streaming and equipment and things of that nature. And he's talking about how Twitch might be in trouble, I guess, if they do the way they do things, because first off, you have to meet certain criteria to do well on Twitch, right? To gain money. And it really forces you to treat it as a part-time job. Whereas if I only stream on YouTube, I'm just doing it for fun. Really, Kachu? Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure on JP they say magic attack is better than magical base power for healing. Unless I flip that around. Like, here's the thing, right? Magical attack adds to the percentage of your skills, whereas 50% base magical power adds to everything. It just adds to the base power. So a multiplier addition of percentages, you have to play with the math to see which one is better. I actually did the math, surprisingly enough. I think Ramu is better, but on Ultimate.jp, they keep emphasizing that magic attack is the best. So magic attack doesn't affect healing? No. Everything affects healing. What I'm saying is there was somewhere along the line that I read that okay, let me do this real quick, and then we'll talk about that. So I have, as you can see, 200 right here, ready to go, right? Ready to go. And one of them, I think, doesn't have like one of the more recent UR Vision cards, but I'm not using this because I still haven't decided which one to do next. And then I have 5 copies of this UR40 tickets here. So that's 200 shards. Essentially this will be basically my Superstar, which I'll get into right now. And then as soon as I feature all this, let me stick to my schedule real quick, and then we'll talk about that, because I think you guys bring up an interesting point. Which one is better? So as you can see, I tentatively have 200 shards saved up right there, right? So that means I just need this level. Essentially, I need 159. But as you guys saw, perhaps not everybody saw earlier, I spent the pack to get the Black Friday. So essentially, I will have 50 shards here. So what does that mean? It means if I get lucky on a few summons, and then of course I do my daily grind of the heart nodes, I should have them ready as soon as boom, 1 year anniversary hits. And that was what I was getting into. So let's go ahead and get back into this. Magic attack adds to the percentage. Very nice, Pedro. Maybe I should come to one of your stream. And, you know, send me a link of if you do stream, if you stream on Twitch or stream on YouTube. So my understanding is this. So you guys can obviously chime in, by the way. And by the way, what's going on, Kachu? Magic attack up 21, right? This adds to the percentage of your multiplier. Am I right? Whereas Ramuh adds to your base attack. So, for example, you have to do the math. And I believe I crunched the numbers. I'm 100% sure Ramuh is better. I think overall. Because it doesn't make sense why the multiplier, you know, at max, I believe was what, 25? No, I think it's like 30% max. You have to do the numbers, right? So if you have 1,000, if your base attack is 1,000, okay, and you multiply by additional 30%, so you're going to be doing 300 more damage. But if you add a 50% magic power, that's 500. So idealistically, for magical damage, adding magical attack power base is the way to go. But multiplier works for healing, which I believe boosting their magic does not boost. And that's the way I understood it. So I could be wrong. Whatever I read could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. But currently, Ultimate.jp still states that Trousseau is a better card. So I must be thinking of the other way. You're saying then healing doesn't increase. We should just test that right now. Let's go test it out right now. Nash, I was really just buying all 1K unit sharp summon tickets so when Jet comes out. That's what I did, Nash. That's what I did, King. Let's do that right now. Let's do this. I would like to see this myself because if I read it wrong, then this is the perfect opportunity to correct all of this. Let's go to our best map. Chapter 1, Scene 1. Twin Princess. Magic is adding to the base, which magic affect healing. Magic attack is a skill multiplier, which is not with damage, but magic attack will not affect heal. So that's what I'm saying. I think I reversed it. So I'm thinking Trousseau is a better, oh my goodness. I think Trousseau is a better card for magic damage than. I'm sure you guys are all right. But since we're all here, we get to witness me doing it. All right, let's witness me doing it. Let's disband. We're just gonna take our homegirl here. Wait a second, why don't we just take her, right? This will be the easiest. So, Trousseau, since I want to keep everything a constant, I'm not gonna equip anything else. Let's do this. Go ahead, bro. Science needed. We need science. I'm a science guy. I didn't do what I do for a living because, wait a second. Why is it already giving me failed? I don't like that. I need to reboot. E-science. Okay, here we go. All right, let's keep up with the numbers here, guys. Let's do cure, right? 856. 856. Okay. Let's kill these guys. So we got 856. We're good? Well, that might be a problem, Pedro, because I have no formal training in 3D animation. Okay, so what is that? 856? And that's with Trousseau, right? So we're going to have to do this 3 ways. I'm going to have to remove this. And then we jump back in and do this again. Users match plus equipment match, multiply skill, multiply faith from GMA. 856, here we go. No trousseau. Cure. 637. But you know what? How did you actually test this? Because the card gives you magic bonuses as well, though. So what's the best way to test this? This is actually... But if you look at that formula, it says magic multiply skill multiplier, though. Isn't there a skill multiplier with cure? Or is there no skill multiplier? It's a possibility that maybe... Okay, you know what? I don't even know how we're supposed to do this. You can't do it like that because the cards... I know, that's what I'm saying. So then how are we going to do this? What is the best way to test this? I know there's a formula, so... Well, we might as well kill these so I can get some materials. Remember, I am cheap. Okay, clear that out. Bring 2 units. Okay, bring 2 units. Bring 2 units, got it. This is a great time to learn. Compare with a card that gives appropriate same magic stat. That's gonna be hard though, right? Bring another unit with and without. Bring another unit with and without ranch. I'm not sure what that means. What do you mean, ranch? Let's just bring another unit. Let's just bring her. And where are you? Oh, okay. You're saying I should equip Ramuh on this, the unit I'm trying to heal? I know there's a way to test this. There has to be. Very nice. 85 trousseau. So this gives additional 73. Trousseau gives 126. So equip Ramuh on her. And then don't equip anything on the other unit. What is the most consistent way to test this? Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's do this. You're saying do it this way. Are you... Oh, I see what you guys saying. Are you guys saying equip... Target the... Okay, I may be seeing what you guys are saying. After this test, I'm going to reboot because... I'm going to reboot the program because I keep seeing the... Give Trousseau and Lucia Ramuh. I see. Let's try it then. $476. 727. So as you can see, Ramuh gives me 727. Heals her for 476. I don't understand. If it's party, why does it make any difference? Oh, because of the stat on her. Never mind. I get it. And keep Trousseau on Leela all the way. I see what you guys are saying now. Okay. Oh man, I screwed up. You guys get to see me farm level 1, guys. This is very exciting stream. Leela with Trousseau plus Lucia with Ramuh, and then Leela with Trousseau and Lucia without Ramuh. Is that what you guys are saying? Hey, look at that. I gained some experience on Lucia. I'm glad we're recording this, though, because everything is recorded. So we have 427, am I right? Let's do this. Last one, then we're going to see. Because if it's still 427... No, that I know, but let's see how this works. But if I'm equipping Trousseau, this is going to be the real test. Let's start right now, right? Okay, here we go. 620. Boom, done. So we're going to take off Ramuh, and then we're going to see what happens. $627. So far I'm doing good. Leela with Trousseau, with Ramuh, and Leela with Lucia with no Ramuh. So 627 is what we saw, correct? What's up, bro? Why are you making noises? My dog is making noises. Equip Trousseau on Lucia, not Leela. So it does increase, but because of the fact that little Leela yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's magic of stats. Strange 43. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. So wait a second. This makes okay, we're getting confused. I ideally should be equipping nothing on little Leela, right? I should do Trousseau and I should do yes, okay, I get it now. All right. I think you're right about that. So it shows Ramuh magic that increase help with healing. Yeah, of course Ramuh increases with healing. That I knew. Or maybe I just got confused with which one doesn't increase with healing. So let's start over. The easiest way to test this is, I think Suki is right. We have to equip nothing, right? We have to equip nothing. Leela with Ramuh and Lucia with Trousseau and without, because you want to find out if magic attack affects healing. I see. But wouldn't it be just the easiest if I don't have anything on her? Okay, nothing on little Leela, and then all I do is alternate between Trousseau and Ramuh on Lucia. Because all we're testing is the party ability. So we're going to test Trousseau first. I believe this makes sense the most right now. This. Actually, what makes the most sense is this. Right now, we start with just Lucia with Trousseau without Leela, nothing. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Right now, we're going to do nothing. We're going to do nothing. We're going to go in there. We're just going to waste energy tonight. That's what we're doing tonight. Since I'm done mostly with farming, we're going to test this out, damn it. We're going to figure this shit out because this makes or breaks why I should or should not invest in Trousseau. So this is base. Nobody has anything. Here we go. Cure, 416, boom, done. Okay. I must kill, right? Kill these guys, 416. I don't need to write it down because everybody sees the number, 416. We need more water. I'm all about that life. We need to figure this life out. So next step is we're gonna equip Nash, I'm going to tell you this. For me, I use Eldara, Lucia with Trousseau and Dara, Ramuh and Lucia. Did I get the... Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to do Trousseau because this is supposed to increase multiplier. So what did we say? The first one was base healing was what? 400 something? Hey Ryan, how you doing? Yeah, good stream. We're actually trying to figure something out that seemingly I'm confused on. So we're gonna do this. We're doing some testing runs. With nothing, Ramuh on Leela, and then put Trousseau on Lucia to see if there's a change. I don't think I should put anything on Little Leela because there's stats differences. I think that's where it is. Boom, there you go. What did we say the first was? What did we say the first was? Wasn't it 416? Ryan, so the topic is, does magic stat, or wait a second, does magic attack flat increase healing? Because we all know it increases the multiplier. So right now I'm doing a test. The first heal was 400 something. I don't remember now what it was. 416. So it's 416 on both. So what that's telling us is there is no multiplier factors with heals. Correct? So there's no multipliers with heals. So the only thing that increases healing is Ramuh. There's no change. Absolutely correct. And now for the coup de grace, let's go ahead and do Ramuh. Because this means I don't need to max Trousseau. So what makes Trousseau so good? Because it's actually great for magic damagers and not great for healers. Dude, like, I completely flipped that around for the last however number of months. And by doing that, I just totally screwed myself up. So Trousseau is awesome for magic dealers. There we go. Because it's a multiplier. And healing has no multiplier. So that makes perfect sense. So then ideally for healing, I've been messing up. I should be investing in Ramuh. Alright, Pedro. Take care, man. Magic attack might affect HP drain type attacks? That's a good question. Okay, Edward, good night. Alright, so 416 is the number to beat. And there it is, 476. So unfortunately, that is not very much, is it? I increased by only 60 out of 416. So 60 out of 416 is not even, that's like what, 15%? 20%? So the multiplier, it's only good for certain skills too, right? Because multiplier doesn't affect every single skill. That it doesn't have a humongous impact on every skill. Yeah, Trousseau does have higher. Yeah, her faith is very low. So then let's put it this way. What I want to do then, right? This is how I should go about doing this. If I want healing, I want, boom, I actually want, no, I do. I'm gonna use both, right? Because for magic dealers, they want both. So that means Ramuh is the best card for magic users, right? Magic attack up does affect magic attacks that have drain as a secondary effect, drain evocation, but not stacks that drain for damage, drain force. So that means ideally I want to prioritize Ramuh over Trousseau. But build both, because both are going to be good, because Trousseau has, I did this already a long time ago, it has high magic attack. And because of the multiplier, it accentuates your magical damage team, because obviously you can only have so much magic. You know, this is crazy. I actually did coverage on this thing. Oh, when I did the VR vision cards, all of a sudden I completely forgot about it. This is why streaming is good, because you have all these brains in the room, in the chat room, to help you out. Hey MD, how you doing? Yep, I just answered your question in the comment section. Not your question, but I was actually replying to people's comments before I started the thing. I think that's fair, Rooks. I think that's fair. I think you ideally want to max both, but they both have their pros and cons depending on however you level them. So I think in terms of damage, I want to go with Ramu then, and the fact that it helps with healing, I'm gonna have to go with Ramu. So I think that's my next target. And I haven't been lucky with getting Ramu. Like, remember, I was like, what, how many months into playing the game, I still didn't ever had Ramu, and then even till today, I have not been able to get extra copies of it. So at 200 shards, I need 25, 50, 150. I can get it to 3 stars only. So one more, then I can get it to 4 stars. Good luck, MD. I really like that concept you guys are doing. That's kind of neat. If Little Leela is your only healer in the team, Trousseau is better because she can actively deal magic damage. So MD, just to get you caught up, we're just debating, not debating, it's more like me trying to figure out which card is better, Trousseau or Ramu. And we just tested that magic attack up affects magic damage, but it has no impact on healing. And that magic up percentage is best for healing. And that both cards are really going to be good on a team of magic users, period. If Leela is your only healer in the team, Trousseau is better because she can actively deal magic damage. Wait a second, why is that though? That doesn't make sense. Is it because of the extra magic attack? Do I have Whisper's TMR? I do not. Yeah, Ryan, I already bought those. Like, I already summoned twice. I have 2 100 tickets. I think this is right before you joined. I was just showing chat that I actually have both of those tickets. So I have 200 shards ready to go for anyone I want to at any given time. Whoa, MD, that's a great point. You know what? That is actually, that's what I'm all about, man. I'm all about, you know, pinching pennies in this game. Is that right? You are right, dude. That is brilliant. Genius. Holy shit. You know, that's like a whole video right there. Actually, I believe I remember seeing, I think somebody talked about that it is cheaper. Given the fact that these are not like, what do you call it? These are not the Esper combo cards. Man, that is brilliant. Okay, so that's fair then. That is great. Yes, I think you're right, Seth. And by the way, welcome to the stream. It's high so I can increase the heal and still increasing. Yes, I think you're right. I think that's why I've been slapping Trousseau on my little Leela. But now I have a solid plan. I should go with Ramu. And all the bonus shards I'm going to be gaining, I'm going to give it to Trousseau to be the next card. Combination of those two cards is just too powerful on your magical casting team. Wow, okay, see guys, every time I stream, I learn something super valuable. This is super props to the community. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why, like, if you play other games, I'm sure they do the same in those communities. But this game has so many little details that if you don't pay attention to, you're going to miss it. And if you miss it, it can be potentially game-changing. Yeah, you're right. Ramu is definitely probably more flexible because of the spell blades. And I love spell blades. All right, let's do some farming while we're chatting then, because we're definitely just doing a lot of chatting. And we're not really being as productive. We could be doing both, right? Same time. I'm going to farm books. I think books is definitely one of the more crucial things to farm. I'm going to be farming spears, I probably should be farming bows too. Damn it. Wait a second. Let me see how many spear books I have first of all. I could be farming the bows if you guys want to farm bows. I'm not sure that that's enough. That's not enough to make a +5 spear, is it? I know I definitely don't have enough for bows. And I want more mace books to make my number 2 mace. Because I got Eldyra on the team now, so I'm gonna need 2 maces. So let's do one at a time, right? We cannot be rushing ourselves. I'll wait for y'all to get in here. And we're gonna do some book farming. I think book farming is definitely let me see, what is this? What is this? 83. 83, yeah, this is better. We're gonna farm some books. 300 shards left. I've been working on Whisper to get her TMR for my Helena, so she could get she can cast 2 turns Sentinel on my Warrior of Light with Emerald Echo. King has been a pain. Really? How far are you up on with, I mean, like, where are you at in terms of fighting Kayn? Like, are we talking about Guild Wars, or are we talking about Arena? Like, are you having issues of fighting Kayn in general? I don't ever reach that point to having to face dudes with like decked out gear. The highest I ever climbed was like 1700, and yeah, there's a lot of dudes that can beat me down, even with like units that you wouldn't think would be beating you down, you know? So facing Kayn, I think Kayn is just obnoxious, right? He has what do you call it? Courage? Whatever that skill is called, immortality. And he hits pretty hard, and he can take a few licks before he actually dies. And then if you give him that resurrection thing, so boom, you have to essentially kill him 3 times. You have to kill him 1 time, but then he's not actually dead, right? Because he's on courage. And then you kill him again, and then boom, he resurrects himself, and then he's good. I kind of wish I did get Zombie Boy, right? I think next time if they bring back Zombie Boy, I should get Zombie Boy. Wow, 1 shot for 4K? That's a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say, you mean 2 shots, because I don't know how many units can 1 shot him. We need 1 more guy. If not, we can run it. We can run it with 3. You know what? We're gonna run it with 3. And then if you guys want to farm for some books, I'm sure everyone's doing their farming for the thing. And that was also another reason why I didn't stream last week. 1, I want to spend some time with the fiance, and then 2, of course, I realized people are probably gonna be farming a lot on their own. There was no need to farm with me. Trials of Reckoning, it's all about playing by yourself. You just kind of hang out. But we got a pretty good stream going because of the fact that we learned some things. At least from my perspective, I learned. Pixel Man, how you doing? What is your ideal Kayn team? That's a good question. I'm not sure if you're asking me or you're asking the general room. Ryan, come on in, man. We don't need to wait for people to take turns this time because we're just farming books. Well, I know for sure that if you're gonna go with a Kayn team, you need to boost a lot of things for Kayn. Like all your vision cards should be just concentrating on boosting Kayn. Well, it's clear cut that Demon Wall will be the best for him to equip, right? And then of course you just want to supplement attack, supplement crit damage. Add more penetration if it stacks. I don't know if it really stacks. I don't think that stat stacks if it's from the same sources. You know what, Melvin? I think that's a good test to test if this card will add more damage because of the wind attack up. If this adds more damage. This is actually a great card to do more damage though, right? Because this should add everything. Because it adds the multiplier, am I right? So Trousseau plus Ramuh plus that win card. All right, here we go. We got the typical farmer squad. So yeah, Demon Wall is pretty good for tanks, but I don't know if it's one of the best, but it's definitely one, like, I think it's top 3 or top 5. And I usually go by, like, I keep saying it, I go by Ultimate JP, but it is kind of skewed because of the fact that it is a JP server data, right? It's not global data. But I think ultimately though, if you have that card, or excuse me, if you have that Esper maxed, it's pretty sweet because you could just target all the different resistances and you can really go to town on resistances. I think 4, it's still not enough to one-shot clear this. I know I was going to do a video comparison, but I decided not to do it because I realized there is a flaw in the design in making you super ideal. You still have to take 2 extra steps, and having 4 units means exactly just that. See how we're now wasting steps? So actually potentially it could be faster with 2 or 3 units rather than 4 units. But obviously we want everyone to gain a lot of books, so I like how I didn't get any spear books. But I love farming books because I think that's what I did for literally the first month of playing this game. Because I was like, man, you need so many books. And by the way, I made a mistake because I actually broken down my axe, my golden axe, and I lost all of those books. This was before they gave us the ability to not lose books or something. I don't know. But either way, I wasted so many books. Hey, Kendra, you were here earlier. What happened? You were the first one in here, weren't you? I said hi to you, and then I guess you went on a break. That is very good planning. Yeah, you're right. I did know that there's dark resist on. Actually, Demon Wall has a lot of resists. That card is all. I mean, that Esper is all about resistances. We're gonna find out. 92% resist against dark is way more powerful, perhaps, than against slash or pierce or. So essentially, if you get pierce for 4,000 damage, you only do 400 damage. That means essentially it would take 10 hits to kill Warrior of Light, even with critical damage and whatnot. So that's a crappy seal. That's definitely tradable. Yeah, it definitely hurt. I lost a lot of books. I lost probably like hundreds and hundreds of books. So that's a lot of farming time. That was like almost an entire week's of farming time for me back in the days. And, you know, that's when I didn't really know a whole lot about a lot of things. Demon Wall makes enemy KOR Stern do 400 Hazard Crusher. I should be doing that. I should get my auguries to have Demon Wall. So if I see some dark units, slap that bad boy up. Like, see, this is what gets you excited about playing this game. Like, all these number crunching, all this, like, experimenting, so to speak, and then you take your team out, or you take your units, or you take your stuff that you've been working on, and then you take it out to test. It makes you feel so good inside, you know? Not a lot of RPGs allows you to do this. And I think this is why this type of RPG really can have a longevity of life, right? There's so many possibilities of things that they can implement on this game. I think honestly, I feel still a little weird. Like, I feel a little rushed that they implemented the Job EX25 so quickly. Like, they didn't even really give us enough time to really enjoy the fruit of our labor within the first year. It seems like they were rushing us to move on to do more leveling. Maybe people were so bored. Maybe people felt they were bored of leveling, so they added the level cap of leveling. I don't know. But whoever made that decision, man, I don't know. Hope that's the right decision for this game. But so far, I think the JP players are more angry about banners and those type of things than about anything else at this point, you know? Well, yeah, technically speaking, it's another 4 months. Yep, I feel you, Pixel. I mean, I think that's where I am. Like, I was so pumped to do all this and that, you know, for the planning of my channel, and then boom, when the news dropped, I literally just felt like I need to abandon my free-to-play account for now altogether. All I'm doing is I'm just logging in to gather rewards until the time I see fit to move on to what units I want to build. And I think ultimately that hurts content creation too. Yep, I think that's the feeling everyone, I want to say everyone, but I think that's the feeling a lot of people have, Pixel. Everyone's turtling up, you know? You know, closing up their wallet. Yeah. What is that? Oh. And I feel the same way, and I honestly, I don't know if they shot themselves in the foot doing it, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have otherwise summoned for Kayn. Like, there would have been tons more people going after Kayn and Rosa, right? When they started to kind of mess around a little bit, it really kind of threw people off for a loop. And I think even if they release Christmas Venera, as I said before, I don't think I'll go after her, even though she's a one-puncher guy type of unit. It kind of breaks my heart, because I do really enjoy the character of Venera, and I do enjoy punching people in the faces in the game. But are they going to give me a crappy version of her, and I have to wait a whole year to fully max her to 120? You know, I'm not up for that. You know, I'm not up for that. That's very good calculations, Ko. But are you sure Final Fantasy XIV is going to return? I'm ready for some Exorcist card buff. Well, the buffs will be nice, because it will balance out the terms of damage across the board, right? It will balance out damage. It will balance out a lot of different things. And we've already been seeing that. I'm sure you guys all seen the footage where Luna was doing 1 damage. A solid 1 damage to Agrias. Really? I guess that range, and she's Earth. I don't know much about Christmas Venera. I don't know her stats. I don't know her abilities. I don't know if she has innate resistances. Because if that's the case, then I don't want her at all. Not that I care about, you know, PvP per se. I just want to show her and bring her around and punching people in the face. Look like pajamas. I guess that's the new style. My fiance just got some new scrubs. They look like pajamas, actually. I'm thinking the same thing. I think they might skip the Christmas units. I don't know if they will skip Ramada and Mashiri. I think they will give us those. I don't think they will give us Venera, though. But if they don't give us Venera, are they going to wait a whole year for that to come around? Probably not. You know, they can always just do, Christmas comes early this year. Get your hands on a Christmas Venera unit right at the same time we get, you know, EX25 on Global. By the way, I got more of these guys. Look at that. so cool, right? I mean, they're so tiny, but they're so well made. It's like a mini action figure that's only like a couple of inches tall. I kind of wish I had all this when I was a kid. Now as an adult, it's like I can't really play with it and like, you know, set up battles and things like that. I would have saved up all my milk. I would have saved up all my allowances to buy up like more toys. One thing I learned, like the 80s is all about toys, cereal, cartoons, game shows. Lately, I've been addicted to watching game shows from the 80s. It's a possibility. I think if we can get the community on global to keep asking for it, they'll probably bring it back. Is limited banner after limited banner? I do want, like, if they bring Christmas Venera, I want her to have some sort of defense against units that naturally she's weak against, right? So if you say Lucia is going to eat her for dinner, then it makes more sense for her to be strong against some of the elements, against the element that's strong against her, because that makes more sense that way. Because why am I summoning for a unit that has multiple super hard counters already existing? Like, she wouldn't fit into the meta at all. She definitely would be a niche unit that nobody will want, and that people who want her would just be for looks. Who's gonna drop $400 on a unit for looks? Well, technically speaking, this guy would, but not this time around, man. I'm not doing that. I stick to my plan. If my plan fails, that's fine. You know, I can still have a lot of fun beating up PvE content. Even though I've realized I suck at beating PvE content. Like, I can beat it, but I don't beat it efficiently. Because as soon as I stream and I show you guys what I do, people are like, why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? And I'm like, well, I suck at this game. So in order to be people's champ, I think I have to step it up. Step it up. Step it up. Can you guys hear the music okay? I mean, is it too soft or is it still, it's good? Because I don't think I hear anything right now. I don't hear anything on my side, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. They will come back every year. You guys don't hear any music? What about now? Do you hear any music now? Really? You don't hear any music? Wow, are you telling me this entire time I have no music on? Something is wrong. I have music running in the background. Hold on, let me check something. Actually, I could just check on my laptop. Something is wrong. I have music running in the background. Hold on, let me check something. Actually, I could just check on my laptop. I could hear it. I could hear it. Hold on. I think it's just too soft. Wow, that's really, really soft. I think it's just too soft. Wow, that's really, really soft. I think it's just too soft. I'm not too loud because I set the microphone away from me. I'm not too loud because I set the microphone away from me. Well, I need to go back and fix it for next stream. I don't know what happened. I was kind of maybe I wasn't messing with it. I've been having the same settings for weeks. Let me check it on my phone, see if I could hear anything. I haven't had to mess with it in a while because I had everything set up and I timed it. I know people like music though. Okay, so that's fair. Seems like my voice is good. Let me see here. Okay, so that's fair. Seems like my voice is like I can hear it, but it's kind of. I think I bumped up the music now, but it seems like the volume is caught up. So I should keep that setting to where it is. I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it could be. That's kind of weird though. But anyways, Genesis Alchemist, welcome to the stream. That's another name I don't recognize. Oh, I don't have enough energy, boys and girls. They've been giving us a lot of potions, so I don't think that's an issue at all. So back to what you were saying, Koi, if they gave us a Christmas unit that is not Christmas Venera, but on global exclusive, that would be pretty sweet. But I think I need to go and watch that video. I think people are already saying that we're going to be getting Christmas units, right? Because Hiroki, I think, confirmed it, but is there like a confirmation of which ones we're getting? I'm not sure. But it will be nice to get units that they will promise us to give us EX Job 25 at the moment that it hit, right? I think honestly, like, Global don't really need that flow of Santa Dazan. That will be awesome. I will jump up and down, get that unit. Like, here's what I'm hoping for, right? I'm actually hoping for... What we do is we take our normal Zazan and then just upgrade him to the UR, rather than us having to summon for a UR Zazan. we don't really need to have multiple copies of Zazan, right? Because the normal version is really, really good already in terms of PvE. But lately, I've been seeing him kind of dwindle down in terms of power. So maybe we could just transform him into the UR quality version. That's not a bad idea because Global or Japan don't have Frebia, right? That's an easy do for them. That's like copy and pasting. Copy, paste, and boom, make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Krilla. If they release Krilla as a global exclusive, I might spend. You gotta help me out here. Who's Krilla? Yeah, I do see a lot of... I do actually see quite a bit of Canes running around. I mean, I spend, but I didn't spend it on him. Because I didn't want to be like 50, 60,000 gems in. So I think I'm going to do part 2 of our limited time units worth it, right? Because let's be brutally honest. You will have to spend 100,000 gems to get a limited time unit to EX25. Maybe more. Like, here's the calculations I've done. Unless you're super lucky and you get the unit that you want out of 2,000 gems right off the bat, right? And you're in that group. Like, if the group summons exist, right? Let's say group summons does in fact exist, and you spend 50,000 gems and you don't get the unit that you want, then the group thing probably exists, right? But if you're in a group where you know you're guaranteed to get that unit, regardless of how many gems you spend, you can spend 2,000 and get it. You can spend 5,000 or 6,000, you can get it. Whatever the case is. Let's say minimally you spend 10,000 to get the unit. Then to build the unit, you will need 600 shards multiplied by 50 gems each. That's 30,000. But we take away roughly 200 shards because they're free. And so that's roughly 400 shards. So you will need 400 times 50, you will need 20,000, okay? So right now we're talking about what, 30,000 gems? And then you gotta do the EX job 25, which takes another 400. So we're looking at another 20,000, right? Is my math right? 20,000? So you're looking at essentially minimally, if you're on the lucky group, 50k gems for a limited time unit. And this is give or take because of the fact that Chocobo Expeditions can potentially, you know, shave some of that off. I try to prove that you can actually get a free unit like Cecil 100% completely done without spending 1 gem. But I failed. Looks like you have to spend minimally at least, you know, a few thousand, right? Maybe 4,000. You know, I'm probably a little bit more than that. I probably spent like, I don't know, 6,000, 6 to 10 maybe, give or take. And that's if they give you the unit for free. So right there, I think is the RNG factor. Obviously, you have to summon for the unit. I think the only reason I went in on Little Lita is because she was technically speaking guaranteed. You can just toss gems at the game, toss cash literally on the floor, and boom, you'll get Little Lila. Or Zombie Boy. So I think that's the way to do it, perhaps. If they're really tempted to make money off of us, and they really have this stupid ass group summoning thing going on, if that's a thing. I don't know if it is a thing, so I'm assuming it is, right? It's fair to assume that way. Then just make sure the unit's guaranteed for us. If we summon 40,000 gems, give that unit to us for free. Well, you know, not for free, but, you know, we pay for it essentially. that means you're going to get money from the group that guarantees to get it, because they're going to spend more money to buy gems to build that unit. And you're also going to get money from the group that is not guaranteed to get it, but they're going to get it anyways, because they're most likely going to be spending more money to buy more gems to at least minimally summon to the point where they can get it from the shop. And then on top of it, in order us to get a level 120 limited time unit, is going to cost roughly anywhere between 50,000 gems to 100,000 gems. And if that's the case, then we all know free-to-play players are probably only going to have one unit every 6 months. So all of this said, this game is going to eventually lean towards the paid spender's perspective on limited time units. And if you're not a spender, you know, you can clearly save up for one every 6 months. And I think that's the perfect way to do it, in my opinion, because you don't want everybody to have the same units all the time. You want people to be diverse. And I think that might be okay. Yeah, I honestly thought so too. They did it with Ramza, and I thought that was going to be the norm. Pick one unit out of however number of units they give us on the banner and give that as the pity unit. Essentially, Cecil is the same thing. Titus is the same thing. Why didn't it do it with, you know, what the other banners or whatever? I don't know. But that's fine either way. I think so far they're doing a pretty good job with things. But I think Little Leela and Zombie Boy, they were different. I don't think they put a lot of thought into it. They just wanted to squeeze those units into the rotation for us. They wanted to make sure Global had them before. They want to make sure Global had them during Halloween. And then they gave us a pity system on that, and I think that was fine. But as people are figuring out, you're going to spend more money regardless if you got that first copy of the unit anyways. You know, as I mentioned, people are automatically drawn towards the idea of finishing off the unit as... Oh my god, did I just crash? Yes, I did. I knew this was going to happen. Something is wrong. I probably need to... Something is wrong. I shouldn't be crashing. Like, there's no way. Like, because this is the updated version of BlueStacks. But anyways, the thought here is the fact that we are naturally drawn to get units finished as fast as possible because we don't want to deal with the headache later on. But with EX Job 25, that headache might be a lingering headache. And I'm not saying it in a negative way that it's a headache. I'm just saying it's tedious, right? Tedious is not necessarily treated as a pure negative way of looking at things, but it's more like, you know, it's a time frame thing, right? It is ultimately time consuming. So I'm actually interested in how the barracks work. I know you simply just shove the unit into the barracks and then you get it, but you know, how long does it take? How many shards can you earn? Things like that. Hey Andrew, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Why is it crashing? I'm not sure. I'm running on the 64-bit one too, so it's using a lot of power for my computer, but I have not much else going on running in the background. So I apologize it crashed. We're gonna have to restart the group, but shouldn't be an issue. So I think limited time units are sexy. They're all sexy and they're all fun. But you know, honestly, at the end of the day, man, like, I don't know if they're all worthwhile. I personally wouldn't go after every single limited unit. Even let's say I make good money off of streams and I make good money off of my ads or whatever in this game. You know, let's say I make enough money to sustain the game, to be a high spender in this game, to continue putting out, you know, good content. I'm still hesitant to drop that cash flow on units that feel like it's just there in front of me rather than, damn it, I keep burping, sorry. Rather, they're just there in front of me to tempt me to get them. Like, you know, every day I go to bed, I'm like, man, I'm so tempted to get Kane because he's so cool looking. But you know what, if I don't have Kane, am I gonna like all of a sudden have a hard time in this game? Of course not, you know, of course not. There you go, thank you. 2 shard for UR every 24 hours? Like, is it guaranteed? You just shove, let's say I want Agrias, I just throw Agrias in there, every 24 hours I get 2 shards? That, so 2 shards, you need 200 days. Wow, 200 days. I guess that's fair, 200 days. Is that fair? That's essentially just, you're farming for a hard node, guaranteed every day, basically. Hi HC, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Huh. Well, that's good to know. 2 shards for 24 hours every UR, or 3 shards 24 hours for a MR. So that means I have to start investing in my barracks. That's crazy. Like, do they have food that you can just feed for 24 hours? That seems tedious to me. That seems like a very tedious way. It's kind of like Tamagotchi. Do you guys remember that? Tamagotchi? From the 90s? Where you have to constantly feed it, and if you forget to feed it, it dies. I mean, you gotta leave it up to the Japanese people to create systems like that. They love systems like that. Way to give us a Tamagotchi system / Pokemon system, whatever, into World of Final Fantasy, right? Is this gonna be me and you, Kalora? Because looks like this is it. No one else wants to farm books. By the way, limited unit gets shared for each other. For example, Yuna and Titus can use each other's shard, so 4 shards a day. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. That is an interesting thing. So basically, you're saying if I put Orlando and Agrius and Ramza into the barracks. Hey Ben, how you doing? Well, it looks like we filled up pretty quickly there all of a sudden. Okay, doesn't matter. So, wow, so if that's the case, then yes, HC, the video is delayed 10 seconds. That's because of the streaming. Like, I don't have it set up to be, the streaming service automatically dictates that I have a 10-second delay. I don't know if it's guaranteed. I don't know if it has to be 10 seconds. Maybe I can look into fixing that. Yeah, I should probably invest a lot of gems into the barracks then. Yeah, we crashed, Ben. We crashed. My BlueStacks crashed, so I restarted and then it booted everyone out. So, but it took forever for people to get back to the room, I guess. That's interesting though. That's actually quite interesting because that's something Koi wanted me to talk about, like the whole barrack system, and I didn't really know too much about it. For some reason, I couldn't find any information on it. So doing this research, next Friday, I can do a more touch up on the idea of, is it all worthwhile for you? I just updated mine, Ben, and I don't know why, but even the 64-bit versions are running weird. But I haven't had any issues today at all. Like today, I ran the Trial Reckoning on my main account on my computer all day, and I never crashed. But a couple of days ago, like I left it overnight running, and I kept resetting my computer. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know what's going on. But I'm almost done with the quest. So I got a +4 spear on my free-to-play account, and I'm happy with a +4. And I just probably need to go back and spend all my boss tickets to farm some of those, what do you call those things? The materials. And I'll craft a spear probably this weekend before the event ends. Actually, I don't need to, right? I just need to gather the materials. I can craft it later on. But I think I'm 6 recipes away from crafting a +5 on my main. And I'm okay with a +4 anyways, but you know, since I'm so close to a +5, I might as well squeeze it, you know. But if you can share shards with limited units, that could be a good thing, because essentially you can get, if it's all Final Fantasy Tactics, if that's how they programmed it in, you can run 5 units of a Final Fantasy Tactics and you can get 10 shards. Is that how I'm learning from this? Because Tidus and Yuna shares the same shard collecting. You can use the same ones for the EX job. So then Final Fantasy have so many units, you can share those. That'd be kind of nice. Then you can essentially get an Orlando up pretty quickly if you have Delita and you have Ramza and you have Orlando. $15 recipes, it's not too bad, because you can get a lot of recipes from Chocobo Expedition if you're lucky. I've been using the 10-hour ones, and I got four or 6 recipes total so far. So that saves up tons of farming time, right? Essentially, that saves up tons of farming time. Are the vision cards okay? I'm not sure. What does that mean? Are the vision cards okay? $15 recipes is not too bad. You got 5 days. So if you get lucky from the Chocobo, and then you get kind of lucky from the pulls from your Trials of Reckoning medals, you should be able to get it done in like a couple of days if you're farming diligently. Miranda has Odin. Oh, it doesn't matter, HC. We're like, you can run this mat with 2 units, no problem. So this is not a big deal. We don't have to worry about min-maxing here in farming. In case anyone's wondering, 32k in the barracks gives you 8 hours and 20 minutes for 5 units. But the time increased with fewer units. Yeah, if you're farming all day, yeah, 15 recipes with 5 days to go, you should be more than fine. You know, I'm okay with whatever they're doing, to be honest. Like, if people feel like we need to get 400 shards, boom, like, you know, day 1, then this game wouldn't be as good as it would be. Because why would you allow people to instant level up everybody to 120 in 1 or 2 days, right? It kind of sort of defeats the purpose of testing our patience over the last year, and all of a sudden you can just have that luxury of getting everything. So actually, I don't mind it at all. And when they bring back Final Fantasy Tactics banners, then that will give people more chances to gain more shards, to speed up the process of EXing those units. And I think that's why I think each of us have to probably choose more. Each of us probably have to choose. Well, I guess each of us have to be more choosy. We each have to choose. I don't know. We have to choose better in terms of not clogging ourselves up with all of these newer units in the future. Because if you get every single limited unit in the future, then you have to be prepared that you have a lot of work ahead of you in terms of buckling down, right? You know, what if something happens where you lose electricity, or you lose service, I don't know, something happens where you don't have a chance to play the game. Then you just set yourself back for potentially months of gameplay, right? But then again, I guess if that was to happen, your priority probably wouldn't be gaming. You'd be like, you gotta have to worry about why you're losing power or things of that nature. I'll get all the new units. Really? What new units? Hey Ben, you can jump in right now, man. We got an extra slot. Get all the new units. What new units are you talking about? Like all the new units after Christmas? I haven't been sleeping well. I'm not gonna lie. I've been going to the bathroom overnight a lot, and I thought I have some kind of disease or something. But I think it's because I drink too much water. Never mind. Rooks jumped in. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I know you, Ben. You will definitely get all of those. So this is my last cup of water. Then I'm done for the night because I know I want to get up every 2 hours to go pee. I just drank like 2 cups of water. And these are big cups. This is probably like 10 ounces. Yeah, I think so. Like the other day, I literally got up every 2 hours to pee. So I will essentially sleep every 2 hours. And it irritated the hell out of me. You know, I thought I had like diabetes. You know, I seriously did. So we actually went out and bought like, you know, blood sugar testing. You know, because I kept fearing that, man, do I have diabetes? You know, because I have a family history of diabetes. And I was scared, you know. And, you know, I've been exercising. And I really watch what I eat anyways. So I test my sugar. My sugar is fine. So obviously I don't have diabetes. But I'm just trying to think. Do I have some kind of infection or something? Oh, trust me, Ben. I eat way too much salt, man. I should be cutting back on my salt. But I think because I eat a lot of fruit. And I eat a lot of... I drink a lot of water, and I used to drink a lot of tea. So lately, I've been just cutting back on some of the stuff I eat and drink. And it just seems like when I go to bed, though, I want to go pee. It's not like when I'm awake, it's normal. You know, I pee about every, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours. If I drink a lot of water, maybe like every 2 to 3 hours. But it's like when I fall asleep, man, I just want to get up and pee. I think it's because I'm getting old. It has something to do with what guys have. You guys all know what I'm saying. It potentially not all of you guys will deal with it when you get older, but a lot of us deal with it when we get older. And so that is kind of odd. I mean, you know, essentially if you have a healthy system, eating too much of anything, your body handles it. No, I think it's my prostate. I can't believe this stream is turning into talking about my medical conditions potentially, but I mean, we can talk about anything you guys want, but it seems like I'm just saying this because I'm feeling tired, you know? I feel tired because my sleep has been all screwed up. And when you're tired and you don't get a lot of sleep, it kind of messes up your mental thinking, right? It does. It really does. It affects it. That's why they always say you need a good night's sleep before exams and sports and all that, because it's true. But yeah, my dad definitely has an increased prostate. I'll probably have to get some medicine. Not a whole lot you can do about it, right? All you can do is just take medicine. Yeah, you can do some of those exercises, but if it gets bigger, there's not much you can do. You just have to probably take some medicine to prevent it from growing in size. I don't work swing shift. I just work night shift. Working nights definitely wreaks havoc, man. It sucks. But day shift is a different kind of suck, you know? Working day shift in the hospital is a lot worse in certain aspects than working night shift. It's like when you work days in a hospital, you have to deal with a lot of different people. And sometimes those experiences are not very fun. When you work nights, you deal with less people of your colleagues. You essentially deal with nature. That's pretty much what it is. A vision card that gives bladder shrink 30%. Yes. Let me hop on that vision card right now. But I tell you though, diabetes definitely is one of the worst diseases, man. That's not something I wish upon anybody, but I think I definitely have to lose a little bit more weight and just control what I eat. I can still eat anything I want. It just I can tell my body's rejecting a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like you just have to, you have to be a little bit more appreciative of what the body's telling you, right? When you're in your 20s, you can just pretty much do whatever you want. When you're in your 20s, man, life is good. There's not a lot of responsibilities, right? Ideally, most people are probably studying in school, chasing tail, whatever. Actually, some people said like they've seen ghosts in hospitals. I think it was like the last job that I worked. Someone said that they saw a girl walking down the hallway, like a tiny little kid walking down the hallway, because obviously some kids have passed away in the hospital, and they've seen a little girl walking down the hallway that wasn't supposed to be there. When I heard that shit, man, I was like so fucking scared. And then apparently this one girl that was in that hospital, they think she was possessed. Like she was possessed. Like she would say crazy things. Stuff that you hear from that movie, The Exorcist. She would just be saying random crazy stuff. And then she would like destroy her whole room. It got to the point where there was nothing left in her room. They took away everything in that room. Like phone, TV, bed sheets, everything. All she had was a mattress in the room. Like they thought she was possessed. Because medically, there was nothing wrong with her. But she was just like crazy. And I think sometimes when I work and I'm really tired, I feel like I'm seeing things too. I feel like I could see things. You know how like your eyes playing tricks on you. Yeah, it is. The world is different. And that's why I used to play games at night all the time, because it's so quiet around my house. It's so quiet. There's nothing's bothering you. You got your drinks, you got your food, you're watching your shows. Like I used to game where I can watch TV at the same time. I don't have that set up now. But I used to turn on Nickelodeon, Nick at Night, and just watch all those old shows. Or I watch the Food Network, where they used to have like Iron Chef and all those other shows. And I'd just be gaming while all those shows running in the background. It was just so peaceful and quiet. But I know when you're young, it's all good in the hood. But when you're older, man, your body breaks down a lot faster, and it definitely doesn't feel good. It seems like every time I work, it takes me a couple of days to recover. I tell you, I really need to win the lottery or something where financially I don't have to work. I just want to retire, man. I really do. I really want to retire. Welcome back, Kendra. I think we hit a peak like 40 plus. Now we're down to like 30 plus, but I think people coming in and out because, it's weekend, so people are doing different things. And I know a lot of people create things they do for chat to do in streams, but I think I would need a lot more people in the chat to kind of create those little contests and things like that. And so far, everyone that's been coming into my streams have been very polite. There's no like religion spewing or political stuff or hatred towards anything. And there hasn't really been a need for me to like ban anybody. I'm not even sure if I can ban anybody or anything like that. So I'm definitely very, very happy about how our community, it's a lot of people who are very, very respectful and very kind and courteous to each other. And I think that's awesome. Like, I don't know. I can't really think of other games that I think about moving forward to play to really like, because there's so much like, so I used to watch so much like people streaming on Twitch and stuff. Man, there's so much toxicity in those. I think they're just haters out there that go into streams and just spew out nonsense, and then they'll have to get banned and kicked out of the room. Yes, RNGesus definitely plays a major role in our lives. So far, I've been having some not great luck lately, and I think my luck has been like this. It's like a big peak, and then a huge trough, and then so far I'm kind of on the lower bottom of my. Yeah, Team Taters. Yeah, we can call ourselves Team Taters. I like to call it the Tater family because, you know, potatoes. There's all kinds of variety of potatoes. But I love sweet potatoes. I can eat me some sweet potatoes like crazy. Like, instead of eating a lot of rice, like if I work out, I'll eat rice. But if I don't work out, I will eat sweet potatoes. $180K Chang, welcome to the stream. Gilgamesh is the winged one. Saint Hiroki has been blessing us with free pools. Well, Hiroki needs to give us more free pools, man. You're a potato. As I... Booster Pack Jesus. Booster Pack sounds like a trading card game lingo. I'm not gonna lie, Booster Pack essentially is gambling, right? Am I right? Booster Pack is basically gacha system. With a hole in his body from Jaden's story arc. Sweet potato is like one of the best things you can eat. Like, sweet potato, you could definitely say it's, I don't want to say it's superfood, but it's definitely like, you know, it's one of those food that everyone should be eating. And the thing is, my mom and my dad used to tell me, all we had was sweet potatoes. Like, when we were kids, all we ate was sweet potatoes. It's so hard life. I'm thinking, Mom, sweet potatoes like the bomb. Yeah, I remember Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! But then again, at the time I played, they were all little kids that played. I was in college when I first got introduced. And it's all little kids. I don't know, Chang. We're gonna have to see, because if they're gonna give us like weak versions of those units, I'm gonna have to make a video telling people to pass hard up, straight up. Yeah, the Charizard is worth a lot of money. I actually used to do a lot of garage sale, you know, running, and I found like huge binder of Pokemon cards. I think she wanted like $5. But I didn't, there was nothing worthy out of there though. Even if they gave us 3 UR Christmas units, they're going to be underwhelming in terms of performance. Well, let me take that back. They won't be underwhelming performance. What am I saying? They're going to be at the same par where we're at on global, but I'm not going to go after those units at all. I don't like them. I don't really like Christmas units. If they gave me Zazan Santa, like somebody said, yeah, all right, maybe I'll want it. It was frowned upon. It was frowned upon in school to bust out Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Can you imagine playing against little kids in Yu-Gi-Oh? But I remember when I was in high school and Magic the Gathering first came out, it was all about like goth kids that play that shit, man. All these like super nerds and goth kids played Magic the Gathering. But in hindsight, I kind of wish I played, because I would be having all these expensive cards right now. I probably could retire if I sold like boxes upon boxes of those cards right now, right? I probably have like a few $100K to my name, maybe more. But I always enjoy Magic the Gathering. It's definitely my favorite card game of all time. But that game is out of control right now. Yeah, but Koi, you play. I know you play Magic, so you know when you sometimes pull like a pack and you get like the shittiest rare, like the 10-cent rare, it doesn't feel good. Or like you get like a dollar mythic. Oh man, come on, that's like the worst feeling in the world. But I hit the jackpot a few times. I pulled like foil mythics during draft on Friday night. Man, that's a great feeling. Foil mythics. Yeah, the normal 10x pull in this game they need to give us guaranteed URs on every pull. So essentially means that they need to just increase the percentages of older units, right? Because it makes sense. What is it? Doesn't hurt them, the company, if we're spending more money. If we're spending more money to pull, and they give us guaranteed UR units on every pull, it doesn't hurt the company. Because with the EX Quest, how many pulls do we need to start building more units? We're talking about perhaps thousands. So, just saying, throwing it out there. If they're going to keep giving us all these free guaranteed stuff, why not just implement that into all pulls? Instead of giving us more free pulls, just give us guaranteed pulls. They need to work something out, you know? Yeah, I love pre-releases. I think I like to call pre-releases like the purest form of the game at this point, right? Yeah, I don't think just Umbra says Ramada is the worst. A lot of people, if not unanimously, she's voted as the worst. Yeah, I would enjoy their own currency. That would be kind of sweet instead of just doing shards. I mean, it cannot take them that much effort to create just currency instead of shards, right? I tell you, I love pre-releases though. Like, so far in the last, I would say 10 years, I've been undefeated in pre-releases, Koi. Like, I have not lost one match in a pre-release. I've always won like packs every time I went. But then again, in the last several years, I haven't gone in a while, so I don't even know what's out right now. I did get back into playing, I think it was Core Set 2020. I got into that a lot. I really enjoy that set. I did a lot of drafting on MTG Arena. But then I deleted it. I was like, it's rigged. I know MTG Arena is rigged, so I deleted it. I have a lot of good cards still, but I think if I ever play again, it would be just, you know, my kitchen top. You know, I don't even enjoy playing against other players in the wild anymore because there's just so many douchebags that play Magic the Gathering, man. Like blatant douchebags. And here's the funny thing, right? There are a lot of nerds who think they're tough, and the people who say they're tough are generally the ones that are not tough. You know, that's life, right? I'm sure many of you guys have been in physical confrontations with people where people act tough and they talk a lot of trash, but as soon as you get into an actual fight, they turn into super scrubs. The quiet ones are the ones you have to really worry about. And I think watching enough footage of everything in life, it's fair to say that almost 80% or more people do not actually know how to physically fight. I think they know how to fight, but they don't. Most people can't even throw a proper punch, I believe. And don't underestimate those people who you think are not going to be good fighters. Chances are they probably know like something and they will mess you up really hard, you know. It's so hard to judge people, you know, it is. I was watching this show lately. It's called 60 Days In, where these people like pretend they're prisoners or something. They go to jail to do undercover work. And you see some people fighting. Like the loud talking ones are the ones that get punched in the face repeatedly. And they're pretty much scrubs. It's kind of weird in prison. I mean, I would never want to go to prison, man. That's definitely a no-no for me. Yeah, that sounds about right. MTG be doing collab with... I mean, MTG did a collab with... Well, I don't know about a collab, but... You know, you know Magic, so you know about the Portals 3 Kingdoms set. You know, that set is worth a lot of money. I actually bought the whole set, but I bought the Chinese version. So it doesn't worth as much as the English version or the Japanese version. But, you know, that's like my heritage, so I had to own it. So for me, like, that was definitely the time that I felt like, you know, that was kind of neat. That the because you know they never actually did a realm in which they did, or what do you call it, planes? What do we call them, planes? They never did a plane where they went to like some sort of Chinese background, right? And the Portal 3 Kingdoms was the only one that they did. If they actually released a Chinese one, I would definitely go back and get all of those. Yes, Code. I thought about spending my tickets, rare tickets, for, you know, future content. People love to see pools, but it's highly advisable to save up all your rare tickets until after the EX jobs are released. Yes. I used to have a shiny white Charizard. 3 stars, but someone stole it. I mean, I feel you. I feel you, Kendra, because that's what a lot of adults do. They tend to do shit like that. That doesn't make sense to me. You know, I see it happen all the time where adults are ripping off little kids and trading cards. I mean, yeah, it's money and everything like that, but dude, there's a nice little place. If there is a hell, you know, whatever religion you guys believe in, I think is like a collaborative effort that everyone believes there's potentially some sort of punishment, right, in the afterlife, if you believe in that. Sure, there's nice little places for folks like that. Yeah, it is still very valuable. It is. That the Imperial Seal is still worth good money. But, you know, there's just a lot of issues with trading card games nowadays. With the pandemic, I mean, are people even playing with each other? I would not trust tournaments playing Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever. Hell, even like professional competition with like video games, a lot of it is just done online, right? Nobody really does it in person anymore. It's not worth the risk. But I do miss those days, man. I do enjoy Magic the Gathering quite a bit. I just enjoy card games. I just enjoy nerdy things. Dragons and swords and shit. Like, I think all of us do, right? Deep inside, we all enjoy it. I'm definitely saving my rare tickets. I definitely got to do that. Because I think there's a decent chance, surprisingly, to pull Super Stern. One of my guildies just pulled it, and I got mine for free from rare tickets. So rare tickets, you should be saving them up. And if you do them all in bundles, some people say there's time gates. I don't know if there's time gates. That's another one of those terms that people like to use a lot. Time gates, you know, during certain times you just get all these nice stuff, but then Xiao Yudong, yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. It's just a good game. Magic the Gathering is just a great game. But it's the people that play it that I think ruined it for me. So, Game of Thrones. Yeah, that was I was disappointed with Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were disappointed. See, there you go. Rooks knows what I'm talking about. Single pull, huh? That's very nice. Like the way I look at it is like Game of Thrones was such a good storyline thing in the first several seasons. Like, man, I couldn't believe how good it was. I was like, wow, there's actually people capable of putting something together that is so well made. And then you wait a few years later and boom, of course, it turns into total nonsense, and essentially it was garbage by the end. You sent me a screenshot, like you sent it through my email or you sent it through what, Discord? Save so much for buying the Earth 3 insurance for the. Yeah, I did the same thing, MD. I have, you weren't here earlier, but I have 5 tickets saved up right now. Hey, what's going on, Perpetual Scream number 1? Yo, yo, yo. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's true. You don't have my Discord. My apologies. Yeah, that's cool. Send it to my email. Yeah, I'll check it out. Directors ruined it. What do you mean it ruined it? Save so much for buying the R. Stearns 360 shards on Cyber Black Friday in the shop right now. What do you mean the directors ruined it? I don't understand. What do you mean? I tested it. They all have Super Stern in the packs. You can just... Wait a second. You have 360 shards? That's a lot. So 100... plus 40 times 6. I don't know how you got 360. You mean 340. Oh, if you sent it a while ago, maybe I already have it. I'm surprised they don't get too many emails on that account, actually. The only reason I created it is because in case in the future, you know, like, you know, companies want to sponsor me or something. I'm hoping one day Gumi and Square Enix sends me an email says, "Oh, hello, Nash Traders. We want to thank you for supporting our game. Here is blah, 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 blah. Thank you for supporting us. Advertise for us, blah, 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 blah." You know, I can't wait for that day. I mean, that'd be great, you know? Why not, right? I would totally do a commercial for this game. Why not, right? All right, when these... So 10 runs, once the energy out, and then I'm out. So 120 Cyber, 120 Black Friday, 120 shop now. Oh, wait. There's some in the shop now? I didn't need to check that out. Yeah, there's 100 from the black medals. That's what I got. Hey, no worries, Tier. Tier. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't think you actually spoke or typed at all, so welcome. Got George R.R. Martin hasn't finished the book yet, so they made their own ending. Yeah, they did. I mean, they had to, right? Because those writers were leaving for Star Wars. So they had to, like, rush the ending, which was complete nonsense. I'm sure anybody with a brain power or any sort of comprehension level of understanding anything at all, using 10% of their brain, will realize that the ending of the whole thing was just nonsense and trashy and rushed and just like uncalled for to such an epic tale. And of course, old man never wants to finish the book, so you also have to blame him. It's like, hey, if you don't finish, we have to finish, so we got to do something here. And then you got to leave it up to people who are not good at writing stories to write something to do what they do. And you know, that's the thing, like I noticed that there are just some horrible ass writers out there. I think Hollywood definitely plays favorites. You know, you could be like the worst piece of crap writer in the planet, and if you know someone famous, they'll hook you up with a job. I mean, look at all the nonsense they have released over the course of humanity, right? Look at how much trash there is out there. I think it goes without saying, there are way more worse movies than there's good movies, way more worse shows than good shows, and you could just say the same thing about almost everything in life. World Visions had a Twitch streamer promote the game. She had no idea what the game was. Wow, that's hilarious, man. See, if you have power, like if you have subscriber power, you get all the money, but it's not genuine. You know what I mean? It's not genuine. But it is business, so they want the maximum exposure. So people who love the game don't get, you know, they don't get sponsorship, whatever. It seems like it's a crime if you think about it. Like, I think Diggs and Madation in Japan and Cabbage for Global, they should be doing promotions. You know what I mean? They should be paying them to do promotions so that they can get more people to play the game. And what doesn't make sense is, if you get people who understand the game to do promotions and say the right things, then you're more likely to attract people to come in and play the game, right? Simply slapping a famous face doesn't always guarantee you anything. But slapping a face or someone in front of a camera that knows the game, that loves the game, then at least have sort of an angle developed, then you're more likely to attract other people of the same mentality. Just getting some girl with big boobs on Twitch to advertise, I mean, you're only going to attract dudes who just want to play the game because some dude because some dude pays some woman with big boobies to sell the game. But the game itself sells as a game with big boobies as is. I mean, boobies are pretty underrated, I guess, in terms of usage, and maybe overrated. I don't know what the word is, but I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just go back a few minutes here in my stream and just delete everything I just said. Boom, delete it out of your brains. Okay, we need one more runner here. We need one more runner. Potastic. Who is that? Potastic P. I need to look into that person. She really likes these type of games. Yeah, you definitely, I think you need pretty faces. And if they enjoy the game and have knowledge of the game, then it makes sense. I mean, wasn't in that stream, the Japanese stream, where they said they had a voice actor? Or no, what am I saying? They were looking for a... What is the word I'm looking for? They're looking for someone to be like the spokesperson for the game, but they were deciding to vote for which Japanese girls to be the spokesperson of the game. The ambassador, right? The ambassador. And one of the girls actually plays the game, has extensive knowledge of the game. So she would have been a great ambassador. But there's another girl who's new and pretty, a model, whatever, Japanese girl, but don't know jack shit about the game. So essentially she will have to start playing the game. And she probably would be the worst ambassador, but she's so good looking that she'll probably still win. If she wins, then she will have to play the game. So that seems backwards to me, but... Yeah, get on, Ryan. We got one. I think Ben went to bed, so... Ivani promote. Like, where do you guys see the promotion? Are they on Twitch or are they on, like, ads? I haven't seen any of those promotions. I've seen a lot of, like, other games being promoted by, like, streamers, but I don't really know those streamers. And usually I just turn them off. I don't know, the marketing team for these companies, they just go by like high rating people. If you have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they know that reach is powerful, right? It's like when I used to play that Lego game. Actually, by the way, I quit that game completely. But when I used to play it, I see all of a sudden all these YouTubers reviewing the game, but it says paid advertisement. So that's how I knew, man. Those companies, they just go after people, like they just go after people who what's the word? They just go after people who have a lot of subscribers. They don't even care that they play or care about the game or not. We need a global ambassador though. We do. We need like a pretty face to represent this game. Preferably somebody that looks like Eldara. I mean, I will totally buy into that. And plays the game, right? Nothing sexier than a pretty person playing the game. Yep, rest in peace, Ryan, man. Rest in peace. KYC jumping in. That's okay, right? That's okay. No, I have not tried, Gabe. Welcome to the stream. I have not tried TCG. When I first started Instagram, a lot of people subscribed to me and I subscribed to them because we put in Final Fantasy, and it turns out a lot of them are big fans of TCG. Honestly, I don't even know anybody that plays a lot of these TCG games in my local stores. Most people play the big ones. So some of these obscure titles, I don't really have an exposure to them. There's a lot of anime TCG games that people play at my stores, so. And besides that, then it is just your typical stuff. Actually, that's not a bad idea. A cosplay player would be a nice. I'm sorry, I've been burping and hiccuping a lot, but. Shit, if Ariana Grande was this ambassador, this game would go through the stratosphere. She can dress up as Little Leela, right? Then I think we might get a lot more than we are bargaining for, because I think Ariana Grande has the largest number of followers. I think Ariana Grande has the largest number of followers on Instagram or Twitter. Like one of my favorite persons, The Rock, doesn't even have that many. And Rock is famous. I mean, Ariana Grande, just a little petite little girl who can sing and dance and shake what her mama gave her. I mean, that's true. They did use her for FFB, Ariana Grande. They did. I mean, that girl is banking. Like, who would have thought, right? I mean, she is cute, but who would have thought she's like as big as she is today? She is a great singer, though. I gotta give her that. She definitely has a lot of talent. And I guess life blessed her with a body too, you know. But you know, those all fade. If you go watch those videos on YouTube, like where they were before and where they are now videos, oh man, some people just don't age well at all. Like some people don't age well at all. Like it's crazy what people do, even though they have so much money. Really, Blackpink member? Which one? I know Blackpink because my fiance likes Blackpink. I actually know those girls. We watched a documentary together about how those girls came about. One of those girls is Thai. They all speak Korean though. Hey Andrew, how you doing? How often did your BlueStack crash? So if I use the 64-bit, it rarely crashes. But if I use the 32 one, it crashes like every 10 runs. It will crash. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in America started off as Disney things. Hey, listen, I actually prefer women singers than men because I think women sing better in general. And plus, why would I want to look at a woman singing rather than looking at some dude singing? Unless, of course, you know, that's my preference. But that's not my preference. My preference is I would like to look at a pretty faced girl singing, right? You know, shaking her stuff, you know, kind of teasing you here and there, whatever. Yeah, like Blackpink, they're actually pretty good. I mean, they work hard. So it's kind of like, well, I mean, they deserve it, you know. It's hard work, and they don't really make as much money as probably as they should. Lisa, yeah, I probably should. Yeah, I should. I don't know who specifically Lisa is, but I should probably look for some of that promotion that she did. I thought about playing Ragnarok Mobile. I really love Ragnarok, but that game is just so grindy, man. It's just like too much. Ariana Grande was on the go. Ryan swoops in with the knowledge. Okay, Ryan, I'm afraid to ask, are you a huge Ariana Grande fan, or did you just Google that all of a sudden? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge Ariana Grande fan. I just think she's good looking, she can sing. I mean, she has well-deserved popularity, but I don't listen to her music. I don't really listen to music all that much anymore. When I drive my car, boom, I turn on NBA radio. I'm set, no matter where I'm driving to. I turn on NBA radio. When I was younger though, music was life. Music was definitely life. Lisa is the one from Thailand. Okay, makes sense. Lisa. I don't think she's all that cute, to be honest. I think there's one girl in there that's really cute. I don't know all their names, of course. So, I like watching iCarly growing up. Hey, listen, man, no judgments here. I used to watch Gilmore Girls. Still do, so. Gilmore Girls was just so entertaining for me. Like, I loved that show. I loved it. I never got into the Disney stuff because when I was really young and when I was growing up, that wasn't a thing. Disney thing wasn't a thing. Cartoons was a thing, not like shows like iCarly or Zombie or whatever. Some of those Disney shows, you know. I know what they are because I work at a children's hospital, right? A lot of those A lot of those things are on, as I'm going to the rooms to take care of my kids, but never got into a lot of those things. Yeah, I'll definitely check out the Ragnarok mobile commercial. Yeah, I'll for sure check that out. There's only so many things, really, to be honest, that a lot of these young kid actors and stuff that can get into, right? You got Nickelodeon, you got Disney, right? Now you have more options like Netflix, Hulu, whatever. But, when we were little kids, there were none of that stuff. It was just TV. There was no internet. Internet didn't exist yet till the late 80s, whatever. Early 90s. And even then, it was just a brand new world. Like, it's like RPG. You just discover this humongous world. You have no idea what's going on. And nowadays, it's just, porn and useless information, fake news. A lot of that crap. Jennie is my bias. So wait, are we talking about Jennie, like from Blackpink? I mean, let's just think about this. This stream has went from talking about if Magic Attack is good for healers to Blackpink. And come on, we gotta love that, right? This is life. This is life. When you're talking about pop culture stuff, you got a bunch of dudes mostly, right? I'm pretty sure most of us are dudes in here. And we're talking about iCarly and Blackpink. That just shows that life is good. Life is good. Life is good, guys. Life is good. All right, this is my last water I'm drinking, so that's it for me. I mean, come on. We all cannot complain here. Like, life is good, right? If we're all like adults, grown-ass men, mostly here. I'm gonna have to go ahead and assume grown-ass men in here with absolutely no issues discussing stuff that we love watching. I think that's awesome. Personally, I think that's awesome, I see this as an absolute win. I agree. I've learned quite a bit about you tonight, Ryan. As I've learned about a lot of other things in this game. Ryan, you have taught me quite a bit in this game. And also, you obviously taught me quite a bit about, your personal, life and things like that. And I think that's the beauty of streaming, because you get to learn a lot of different things about different people. And absolutely nothing wrong with any of this stuff. Until people start giving me more, like, details of other things, perhaps that can be dubbed as too much information. I think we're still good. I mean, everybody's still good. I'm a dude. I just use my wife's channel. Hey, listen, man. No judgments here. All right. We have no judgments passed. I have no judgments passed, and anything I view in this modern age day. Right. This life has gotten to the point where no one needs to judge anybody for whatever reason, because it's pointless. As I keep saying, life is short, time is valuable, spend it wisely. Why spend time judging others, hating others? You just end up fucking your own life over here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a 90s child. I'm probably one of the youngest. Well, boom, EMD jumps in and says 95. Damn, 95? Damn, you're young, man. You're a young buck. Like 25 years old. Hey, it's cool, Koi. I have no problem with Blackpink. They sing really well. I mean, they're good. K-pop is legit, man. K-pop is a billion-dollar business. And it's always that. When I was watching the documentary, it's that one dude. That one dude wrote all the hits for that group. That dude must be banking. He's got some mad skills writing K-pop lyrics. And I think it's really hard work to be an entertainer. You got to travel away from your family, and you don't get good sleep, and you have to put out good performances every time. It's a lot of work, and that's why they get paid millions, right? It's like professional athletes. People say, oh man, they're overpaid, but it's not true. If you go out and try to do what they do, good luck. These guys are super athletes. They deserve every penny they get. I mean, we have heard of people dying in professional sports. People get life-ending injuries, things like that, paralyzed. Dude, people are putting their lives on the line to do what they do. And they're talented, I mean, we're not all 6'3", 250 pounds, all muscles, can run a 40-yard dash in 4 seconds. No. guarantee you 99.9% of the population can't do those things. It's kind of like Gladiator, right? Essentially, sports today is like gladiators. It's like us watching gladiators. Not everyone's are built for physical things. I feel like I'm definitely built for I'm built for, like, you know, thinking. I'm built for, like, you know, nerdy things. I'm definitely not built for physical things. So you have to figure that out. You have to accept what you can and cannot do in life. And once you figure that out, it's kind of the same thing about this game, right? Once you figure out what you can and cannot do in this game, then you're gonna start enjoying the game. I mean, I don't know who set those rules, but I think that's a fair rule. I mean, you don't want them to messing around in terms of getting pregnant and getting emotionally attached. They need to be strong mentally doing the performances, because their life, their career is not very long, right? K-pop, once you get to a certain age, boom, you're out. Why the hell? Why would I want to see a 40-year-old woman dancing around doing K-pop? That doesn't fly with the general population that enjoys K-pop. But I guess you could say pop culture. I mean, pop, period. Like, you know, pop in any culture, you want to see young dudes, young girls singing and dancing. I don't want to see 50-year-old dude dancing. You don't want to see me singing like Ariana Grande on stream. Although if I did do that, I'd probably get all of y'all to donate though, right? If I made that a topic of conversation, and I'll say, please donate to support me singing Blackpink songs or Ariana Grande songs, 40-year-old male singing on stream live. Boom, come join me, man. Donate, support me. I'm sure a lot of people come in and laugh, and maybe some people donate, right? That's probably a good ploy for me to think about. I would like to see all of you right now donate at least $1 to me so I can go buy a pack. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Maybe not whatever it takes, but I would sing some Ariana Grande. You might want to cover up your headphones and turn the volume down, and your pets might go crazy because they might think someone's screeching, just making a lot of noises that your pets don't really comprehend what kind of noise is coming out of your speakers on your computer or whatever. But hey, I'm sure people have done a lot worse to try to get money. And honestly though, I'm sure there's a lot of people that support my channel, watch my stream, that have a lot of money to toss around. But honestly, there's no reason for me to ask people to give me money, Definitely wouldn't be doing that. We'll do a baby one, guys. Since we're starting to having a lot of fun. We'll do a baby one. And then we'll call it a night, because I'm getting tired now. If I remember correctly, there's a grandma girl group in Japan. No, man, you're making that up. There's no way there's a grandma girl group in Japan, dude. Who want to watch a bunch of grandmas running around dancing and singing? I don't really have a lot of reasons for people to donate to me other than if people want to see me do summons. I think that'd be the only reason I would do it, because if collectively people gave me money, right, or gave me $1 here, $5 here, whatever, then I can buy a lot of packs, and then I can go and summon for a unit, then I can review it. But personally, I would much rather the companies themselves give content creators the ability or the access to characters before they're released. Then we can give the community our actual opinions of whether or not these units are great or not. Everyone's making these should you save or should you summon videos. I mean, they're getting so old. Dude, come on. Everybody knows if they want a unit or not. It doesn't have to be if they're good or bad, right? It's just a matter of people want it for whatever reasons. I mean, how many people are going to say, I have access to this unit, you should definitely summon this unit because this is the kind of damage this unit does? Nobody does. Nobody has access to that information. Only people in Japan probably do, because they have early access than global players. If a global content creator says, should you save or should you summon, it's purely based off of what? What is it based off of? Right? Based off, most likely, is it going to fit in well with your playing style? And I think that's the only thing I can say. Is this your playing style? Do you like dudes that punch others in the face? Then go for it. That's a video. You know, every time a banner comes out, I really feel like we don't all need to do should you save or should you summon videos. And I'm slowly walking away from that and maybe just do one every month. Like if I really see there's a unit that can really like contribute to the game, then I will probably make that video. But most of the time I really don't need to tell you what I think every unit needs to be summoned or not. It's all just, it's pointless, you know? Wow, that's pretty solid. 10 bucks. 10 bucks unfortunately can't get you much. Actually, you know, $10 can get you the 3000 Vizier pack for the month. That's actually pretty solid. I think we should do that. But chances are the people who are spending the most money are going to have the best performance. So you're essentially giving money to the rich already. Yeah, they did do that, Ryan. They did that for the Alchemist Code. There was this guy I used to watch. His name is Ushi Gaming. He's a Japanese YouTuber. He speaks English though, but he covers a lot of the Japanese games. And subsequently, he covers the global version. He's sponsored, so he probably doesn't spend all the money from his own pocket. But the Alchemist Code gave him access to the administration account, like you were saying. And he was able to showcase those units off before people can summon. Like tier, honestly, in my guild, we already have like a few people that's solidly good every guild wars. So, and they already spent a lot of money on the game. So that wouldn't really work for us because they spend $10 per second, technically speaking, because they spend so much money. They have every unit, you know, they have like every vision card maxed and this and that. So $10 to them would be like, they'd just be a bonus because they are already doing well in game. And I think if you reward people for doing the best, then essentially there's no motivation. I think honestly, you should reward the people who have the most improvement from previous week rather than who does the best. Because those who do the best are always going to do the best, right? Am I right? So then why would you reward people that are doing the best consistently? Because there's no reason to reward them. They have a different set of motivation. They're always going to do the best. So I think maybe you should not. Okay, let me rephrase it. I don't like to use the word you should. That's terrible. Maybe a thing I would suggest potentially that your guild could look into the idea of make like someone have them who saw the most improvement, right? Will get a nice reward. That would be kind of sweet because then the people who haven't been performing as well will strive to do better because now they have a monetary incentive to do so. Yeah, most improved. There you go. Because most improved, like for example, like there have been weeks where I get 0 stars, right? And then subsequently next week I get 6 stars. And if I'm the only one that happened, then that means I was the most improved. I've been working hard on my vision cards. I've been working hard on my equipment and things of that nature. Then that's most improved. That's another way of gauging improvement is seeing their power level on their team. Like what new comp they came up with that is really solid against the current meta shift, whatever you want to call it. Those are actually great ideas in terms of rewarding people and getting people to be more motivated. We have $40 for our guild tournament champion later. Yeah, you told me about that. I think that's pretty cool. It's pretty neat that you guys are doing that. Just my personal suggestion is AMD is keep that on the down low because you don't want to get your stuff banned. Because if you're running things that the companies don't approve, they might like kind of get you to shut it down. You know, you don't just want to be careful. You don't want to advertise it too much to the general public. You know what I mean? Like you don't want a lot of those things to be leaked back to, you know, people who are snitches, I guess you could say, people with years, you know, that can potentially ruin your gameplay. But I think anytime when people do incentives to promote motivation, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I understand, Ryan, because actually I thought about giving away Google cards, Google Play cards, or Apple cards, whatever. But my fiance right away said, you know, how is that going to work since you have so many supporters from other countries? You know, that doesn't necessarily work. Yeah, MD, like I said, just got to be careful. You know, like I said, I think what people do, it's what people do, but you just don't want to advertise it too much to others, right? You just got to be careful. You know, you got to protect yourselves. And you know, like I said, I thought about having contests where, you know, giving gift cards away to kind of encourage people to play the game more or whatever. But then that's just a mess. You know, how am I going to get those cards to people? It's just a mess. I know a lot of YouTubers and streamers use that tactic to increase their subscriber count so they can get, you know, they say you got to spend money to make money, right? So, but that isn't really one of my main goals. Like, I don't want to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can start monetizing. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers because I want to have that ability to communicate with everybody. Like the way Cabbage actually been utilizing that format quite a bit, where you can just type in or put a picture or a short video or whatever, and then people can like converse with you about that topic. I think that's a great way to communicate. Because like, if you're not going to make a video and you want to inform your folks that you're not making a video to tell people you're not making a video doesn't make any sense. All right, for real this time, one more and then we're done. It's like when I just get into good conversations, it's so hard to just shut down your stream. You got to go with the flow of the stream, right? But this is for sure. So whatever topic you guys want to talk about, let's try to get it to within the next 5 runs, 6 runs. But I think everyone has room for improvement. Even like the top guys can have room for improvement, you know? I'm happy for you. Like, I probably should talk about that with my guildies to see what we can do to incentivize, you know, performances. Sometimes people don't attack in guild battles because of real life issues and whatnot. You know, like real life always precedes anything in game, right? Everyone says that. Even a hardcore guild, if something happened in real life, you got to make sure that the people take care of themselves. People stay healthy. Yeah, you definitely have to have some capital, right? If you want to implement something like that, a capital, it's good. I farmed a good amount of books tonight. I'm at 600. I'm not sure if that's enough to make a UR quality weapon yet, but I think it's very expensive. I think it's 50 for the first star, 75, 100 something. So potentially I could need like 2,000-3,000 if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 books for a UR quality weapon. That's gonna take months. But it is a UR quality weapon, so. Well, either way, I hope that we get a nice surprise for Christmas, hopefully. 1.7k books, okay. Wow, that's a lot of books. Whoa, raid is coming? Luartha was supposed to come with that last raid that we had. I was surprised they didn't release her. What's the raid next week? Did they already release that information? I need to look into that, see what the next raid is. But remember guys, raid sucks, man. Raid is terrible. I hate raid. Maybe I'll finish off my platinum helm finally one day. Is that not good? Oh, right, because then you have to double the amount of materials. Yikes. I don't have Laswell build. I have him finally, but I don't have a build. 2-headed dragon. So he's what, light unit? So you need dark units? Soul of Thamasa. That sounds really cool. I should look into that, huh? I do enjoy Laswell, but then the more and more I think about it, he doesn't add anything to my team. I already got a lot of good ice units. Why do I need another really good ice unit, you know? Yeah, I think we can I'll probably do a stream so we can raid. That'll be kind of sweet because then it's right there. We're communicating with each other. I want to see if I'm prepared for this raid. If I'm not, then I'm not going to bother with it. But if I am prepared for it, then maybe I could use everyone's help and we can aid each other. Because there's a lot of great players, obviously, in chat that's been coming in and out of all my streams lately. I know there's a lot of great players out there with a lot of great equipment. So maybe we could just do it that way. Since we can chain raid now, right? We can just, like one stream, if somebody has a bunch saved up, like if I have a bunch saved up, then we can do it. Weak to light and pierce. That's odd. Isn't Two-Headed Dragon light though? Like how is he weak to light? Well, weak to light and pierce. How many of us have light piercing units? I guess you just have to bring piercing units. Which I did build a Rob. I guess Cecil can work, right? Cecil can do a really good amount of damage. I probably should have invested in Rob a long time ago. You're right, there is too much UR ice. Oron's gonna be ice. If it's weak to dark and pierce, then Kane is gonna be dominating. I will have to unfortunately be that person to bring a CT gauge decreaser. I'm gonna have to I have to use you guys as damage. If like, hey guys, I'm only good at decreasing CT gauge, so you guys come on in and bring your love, bring your canes into the mix. Taka, hey, how you doing, Taka? Warrior of Light. Kane, Stern. I love my Rob because of his TMR. Yes. Rob and actually Oldie, they're all pretty good. Rob has probably one of the better TMRs in the game. I guess I'll look forward to building Rob, but I don't know if I really want to get him to 120 though, because seeing his performance on YouTube hasn't really impressed me that much. He seems like one of those units that you could use without. You could do without him, you know. You could do it without him, and I think it's better to. Actually, you're right, Victoria. If you have a bunch of Victorias running around, that might work too. I do have my Victoria, even though she's not maxed at 99, but I think 89 she can do damage. So after I finish farming this week, along the side, I need to work on her. I've been working on her resonances with Vision Card, so. Because of his extra abilities and damage for Rob. But isn't that also kind of skewed at this point though? Because we don't have every access to EXs. So once everyone catches up in terms of EX, then he's gonna dip. I personally have a little bit of reservations about those type of lists. I will have to see everyone's availability. If everyone has the availability of EX, and then I think at that point we can kind of better gauge who we should be taking to the next level. But you know, all that is moot point because over a course of a year or so, everyone probably will have a lot of 120 units regardless. Yeah, Victoria is very nasty. Like, I had an encounter where she came over that hump. You remember that last one? I think the very first PvP arena, or very first arena, was the one we just had last time, where there's a big center block. I mean, I don't think it's the very first. It was definitely one of the early stages. Well, anyways, Victoria climbed over, right? Took a hit, and then decided to charm my Orlando. And subsequently, my Orlando started killing the rest of my team. And then she killed Orlando. I was like, that is my dream scenario. And I didn't even realize that she has charm. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, Victoria isn't even ranked very high on Ultimate JP. Japanese players don't really like her that much, but a lot of people like her here. So, like right now, she's good too because she can just climb over all those ledges, and I like to call the map trench warfare map. Right, you climb over all those trenches and boom, charm somebody. You're good to go. I'm gonna have to start putting on some charm resist stuff. I think one of the espers give you charm resist. All right, I think after this run, one more run, so then we are going to cut it off. I think this stream has been extremely fun for me. I think each week it seems like I have more fun with streaming. Like, you get to learn things about the game. So I want to thank everybody for contributing to that. And we also had a very nice topic of conversation about Blackpink. I think the world now gets to know that Nash Taters is a fan of Blackpink. Of course, Ariana Grande, thank you very much. Ariana, your presence has been felt tonight because of the fact that you are actually involved in the world of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Bloody Moon, that's right. I looked that up the other night. Bloody Moon is such a funky... Actually, this is the last one, so I apologize. I am out of energy. No reason to refuel because I would just be tempted to keep playing. So, thank you everybody for coming. And we're going to be doing another stream next Friday. And we'll do another topic conversation for Friday Free Thinking. So, if those of you are in chat have any suggestions, and I do want to give credit where credit is due. Koi made a suggestion of doing Friday Free Thinking this week because he wanted me to talk about limited time units and the barracks. I did forget to mention the barracks, so I do apologize. So I think I'll add that later on in the supplement video. So if you guys have any ideas and any free thinking topics, feel free to shoot me a message either through my email or shoot a comment in any of the comments of what you guys feel like you want to talk about that is important to you. Because Friday Free Thinking is pretty much my platform to really get the community engaged in terms of important topics, right? Important, it can be controversial, it doesn't really matter. It just, as long as people get engaged. I really want Friday Free Thinking to be a lot bigger than it is, because I think that is a great opportunity for people to watch a video and then engage themselves in it. So if you guys do you have a Discord for us to join? I would talk about it with my guildie to see if I can use my Discord to use that as a thing that people can come in and because I don't pay for the Discord, I don't know how it actually works. So I want to see if there's a channel they allow people to come in and have access to for that purposes only. So let me talk to my guildies, Ryan, and see if we can get that going. And if that is a thing that we can do, we can definitely get that working, and then see if we can get all that working out, and we can hopefully expand some of these. Get people more involved, right? So that's a great idea, Ryan. I think that's a great idea. But in the meantime, feel free to shoot me an email or feel free to just add any suggestions, anything you want to see. Discord servers are free. Yeah, they're free, but I think, don't you can pay? You have the ability to pay for extra things. Can I just make my own server? I mean, can I just do my own server? I know I'm dealing with a 10-second delay, so I have to wait a little bit here. If I can create my own server, I can just do that, right? Then I might just do that. I probably need some help, though. I think if Ben's still here... I don't know if Ben's still here, but I need to get in contact with Ben or anybody in here who can help me out with getting that running. I could do it. So, all right, yeah, I'm gonna look into it this week then. I'm gonna take the time to figure all that out. Cool. I think maybe I'll start running my own Discord server then. That would be kind of neat. I get to learn how Discord works too from a technical perspective. So, sounds good. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, everybody. Like I said, feel free to drop in the comment section of any of my videos, any suggestions, any topics you want to see. Again, big shout out to Koi for giving me the suggestion for this Friday Free Thinking. I'll see you guys tomorrow in Saturday's videos. All right, have a great weekend. Peace. so far. There's chicken. That's not supposed to do. Huh? Yes. Did you see those fish oil things the other day? Are you gonna give them the chicken? Alright, because I have to cook their chicken breast now. Because it's gonna be boiled instead of cooked. How much you got left? Because I have chicken legs. Hmm? I mean, I still remember how much it was. Chicken. Yeah, I think one split it too. I wanted to restock on sweet potatoes, but they public refused to refill because of the holidays, so they just figured they just sold a shitload and then they didn't want to add more to it because they were being stingy. You know, the girl from Blackpink, Lisa, that's the Thai girl, right? She did a commercial for Ragnarok, a mobile version. They paid her to do a commercial. How did I know? Apparently there's a lot of people tonight in the stream that know about Blackpink.
Blackpink in your area?
And some people said they might actually pay me to see me sing from Blackpink. Like, that's probably not a good idea. First, take that. That's actually heard.
Blackpink in your area?
10-second delay on my stream. I have a 10-second delay on my stream. That's probably enough sweet potatoes. Last night I gave a buffalo of sweet potatoes.
How come no one wants?
Without streaming, you know? They don't have the same stream.
Maybe you will come for me. It was a 7 times more. You caught it? You didn't caught it? Papa. Papa. Yeah, good boy.
They are right now actually. Who gets the retarded piece? Tater or Tata? Big? You know the little retarded piece at the end of the bone? Did you already put the oil in? Yeah, I just touched it. Yeah, my hand smells like fish. Okay, you can give it to me.
You put all the fish oil.
Probably. We need to start giving them more like veggies at night.
Rice. Rice. Okay.
having a very hard time thanking me because I'm wearing pants. So he can't lick me. So now he just comes over and sits next to me after he eats. No, he doesn't lick my arm. You want me to lick my pants up so you can thank me? First off, you look at stuff. That's his thing. Yeah, that's good. It says I'm offline, but